Hello and welcome to the Artisan of Glimmith. I'm Tom, and in this video I will be solving the Crimson Plinths puzzles in the area Castle Gate? Yeah, Castle Gate I think, right? Watchtower, no, sorry. Castle Gate already did Watchtower. The Hedge Maze, Compass, and finally Spiral Island here. So, we've got 10 puzzles in the Watchtower. 2 of which are difficulty 3s. One is here on the right side. It's a precision 4 with a mingle shape. So let's see, we need 4 here first of all. That's a final shape. We have 2 colors here only according to the 2 regions according to the Watchtower symbol. Now I can't extend here, right, because I would leave one tile unused, or like not with an area of 4. The same is true here and here also. I can't fill this with 4, so I need these, and I also need 3 at least here for a separate region, right? Here we need 4 borders, and now I think it was already possible to see that, what was it, that this doesn't work, because you would need a border here. According to the 3 you would need 2 here. And you wouldn't be able to complete this in any other way than, oops, like this, which is not allowed according to the mingle shape, right? So that's a no-go. We need to do that here then. This extends here, and this needs the border like this now because of the Watchtower symbol, right? And we have an L and an S here. This one has to extend out of here, and we can't, like we could go there, but we cannot use an S, right? Because we have the S right up here. We also can't do that because, why actually? Can we do that? I think we can do that. No, we can do that, so what can we not do? We can't do this here. This is not possible because we would create 3 L's in a row even. So, yeah, that's the only thing we can do. We also can't do that. Obviously, we need to stay on the edge here. So we have the T shape here. The S would not be allowed, so the L has to extend here. We have a 4 straight and finally an S. Next 3 is in here in the tower. Oh yeah, for this one I find it helpful actually to color all of them already. It's easier to see where you need to draw connections, I think. Ah, come on, it wasn't my intention. Like this and like that. Almost done. Like this and like that. And let's start at the top here. We have this sign, which means we need to combine these 3 sectors. Then we have one here and one here, right? These 3 connections are given. So here, first of all, according to this symbol, we need a border here, which means we can draw the border all the way around because we can't join this group here. We also need a border here, which means we have to draw these borders extended there. Then here we need a border for this corner thing, which means we have to extend this. And that in turn means that the blue, like this, the one border symbol here, must be extended like this, right? With 3 extensions, 1 border in the back. And now, since we have these 2, we can't combine these anymore. That means here we have another connection like this. We can extend that border. Also here we can extend the border now. And here we also have this border already for this tile. Oops, no. So we have to draw the border all the way here. Now here we have another border, so this is definitely an extension of this symbol, meaning that this region here is complete. We can extend this border here, and according to the symbol we also have to go around the corner here, like this. Here we also have a symbol that can only be extend into this direction here, right? So there is a second final region. And now let's see, I think it was this here, the next thing. Is there something else before that? I don't think so. Here, with this symbol, you either have this connection, right? Or this connection, meaning you can't have the other ones connected, which means these 2 cannot be connected, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to complete this symbol here, right? So we can draw a border here, which means this one has to go there, right? And we have this line here, which means this one connects there. The line is then going all the way around, and that already shows with this symbol now that we need this border. And now we can see with this symbol that we need to extend there, and this then must be bordered off, and that finalizes the puzzle. So we have 3 difficulty 4 puzzles. One is here, just below the 3 we just played. We have a precision 6 now, so we can do this, this and that already. Nope, not that. This here. Now, we can first of all see that the one cannot be completed like this, right? It's 6 tiles. This one wouldn't be a region of 6, so we can draw a border here. And for the same reason, we also can't do that here, because we would have a region of 3 only. So this is a border, which means we have this as a region, taking also this tile here. And then, since this one can only extend one there, it has to go here. Now, I extend, like we have 2 tiles left here and 1 tile left here. I can't do this. Well, actually, I could do that. No, actually, I can first see that this region here cannot be extended like this, because we would get a region of at least 1, even if we extend this to a 6 here, right? So that's not possible. We need to draw a border here, which means this one extends here and is complete with 6 tiles. So now we know one region is like this, and this region here has to extend there into this niche there. Take the 2 tiles. What's next? Here we know that this one has to go there. And yeah, I think I want to look at this now here. If you draw the border here, you come up with 20. We have a precision 6, so we need 18. And given that all these borders are fixed because of the symbol, we can only achieve this 18 like this, right? We can't take something in here, even though that would actually be possible, right? Would that be possible even? To do it like this? I never thought about this possibility. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... No, that can't work. You would have to go here, and then you would have a region of 3. Okay, interesting. Never thought of that before. So you have to separate it like this, and now you have 18 here. Meaning once, first of all, you have a region like this here. And given that, as I just showed, this here can only be 3, we have to go down here, make this one region. And then here you have another region of 5 and 6 here or there. But at least here something has to move out. And this region cannot touch this tile, so you need to be here and there, right? This one is complete. We have 4 now. 5 and then 6 cannot be here because of this separated tile. It has to be there with a border there, which means here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this symbol then has to extend there. Let's go on here first. This is a bit more... Oh no, let's finalize that part here. Here we have to move out of this corner here. If we went there, we would end with a region of 4. We wouldn't be able to go up there. So we have to move around it like this. Something comes here, has to take this also. This has to take this dead end symbol. Move up there. We have 4 for each, so 2 and 2. That's the only way to complete this. And here we need 2 regions moving out of these areas here. This one has to move on. Can it go there? Then we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But how would we complete this now? Like you would have to add 2, and that doesn't work. So that's all due to this thing here. We indeed need to go there. And since we already have, like once we are there with this region, we have to include these tiles, because otherwise that's cut off. So we need these 6 here, and this one can't be connected because 3. This one has 7 tiles at least, right? And here we have 3 already, so we can't have this connection. This one has to be expanded like this, and then it also has to take these corner tiles in order to become a 6. And here we have another 6 now. So another 4 with the rose windows here. We have these borders and these borders, and also one border here. Let's start at the top. Here we have definitive connections because of the Watchtower symbols, right? Meaning we also have a border here, because we already have green. So this has to extend here, needs blue and red. This is not possible because every symbol has to be in a region with other symbols, right? So we need this connection here. At the bottom, it's sort of the same. We have blue already in this region, we need a border here, and then we need to take yellow. Can't take green and red like this, have to take the corner symbol like that. Now, for the next step, I think it's easiest to look at, what was it? I think the blue symbols and the red symbols. Yes. Like here you have 3 blue symbols, right? And there are exactly 3 red symbols that can reach them. In fact, this one has to take this blue symbol, and these 2 blue symbols are split up between those 2. Which in turn means that here for these 3 red symbols you have these 3 blue symbols. And that shows you that you can't have this connection, because this one wouldn't be able to reach any other blue symbol anymore. Like also there, like you also don't need this separation, like it's already clear from here that this red symbol can't reach another blue symbol, so it has to be connected to this one. Then it does need, what does it need? Green and yellow. Green it can only get here. Could it get yellow from here? No, because we would have 3 regions with the other 2 red symbols, right, in this Watchtower symbol here. So it has to go there. What else? We know that this red symbol has to take this blue symbol, because this can only take this one, right? The other way around, we would cut off a blue symbol from this red symbol. So let's mark this again and extend this here. And now, I think, can we see already with the green symbols that this one can't go there? I think it was possible to see that already, but I think it's better there was something like a switch to the violet symbols. Yes, this one, this red symbol can only reach this violet symbol now, right? Yes, can't reach there. Question is if it goes through this green symbol here. But this one then has to take this violet symbol, and this red symbol has to be connected to this violet symbol. This one can get green and yellow here, but then it would be cut off if we had this connection, right? These would be cut off. So it doesn't necessarily have this one. It needs to take this yellow symbol, because this yellow symbol belongs into this region here. And then this one needs, what was it here? Like we can draw this border also. It could go here. Yeah, he needs to take this violet symbol, right? And here we need green and blue. Depends on this green here, this green here, this green and blue. I'm not sure now. There was something that you could see here. But, oh yeah, this one has to take this green symbol, I think. Yeah, sure. Like this, this region here can't take this green symbol anymore. That's what I overlooked, because we have yellow in both of them already, so it has to take this green symbol, which means that this region needs this extension here, this needs to be here with green, and this needs to be here with green, okay? But which blue? Could it take this? No, because we would get 3 regions in this clue here, right? So we need this connection, and here we have blue now. Wait, this has to go also, and here we need violet and red. Red can only be this one, violet can only be this one. So then we have 3 connected tiles because of this clue here, right? And another final region like this here, because green cannot deal with this here anymore, right? So here we need yellow and blue. Yellow can only be this one. Can it be this blue? Yeah, I don't see why not. In fact, It probably has to be, or could it be this one? Oh wait, no, I have blue already. I need yellow and pink. Oh, sorry. Or violet or whatever that is. So it has to be this one here. Yeah, I can't get to the other one because of the blue symbols. So this is a definitive connection. Then here blue needs to take violet and yellow. It needs red and green. Green it can only get from here. Obviously not this one because these two would be cut off. So it's this red symbol, and here we have the completion of the puzzle. So there's another 4 here. So let's start with these corner clues here, like this. And then here in this section, you either have 2 like this and a tile going there, or 2 like this and something going here. We have the mingle shape, right? And that's why this is not possible, because you would get 2 single cell regions right next to each other. And that means that, what does that mean? We have a border here, and in here you have 2, especially in this corner. You definitely have 2, which means here in this tile you can't have 1 anymore, that's here already. 2 you can't have because somewhere here is a 2, so this has to be a 3. Yeah? And now since you have a 2 here, you can't have 2 or 3 in here. This has to be a 1 then, okay? And then here you can only have 2, which means here you cannot have 2. The 2 has to be here. And then you have 1 here. This can't be 1 now. It has to be 2 at least. 2 is also taken, so it has to be a 3 corner. And we can look at this one here. We have 1 already. We need 2 at least. Here we have 2 already. So we need 3 at least. Could be 4 also. But we definitely need this border here. Which in turn means because of the 1 here, we need 2 at least. We have 2 already. This has to be 3. And that means here we need 2 also because we have 1 here. That can't be 1. And since we have the straight 3 here, this indeed has to be a 4. Like this. What else? Here we have a border. Because this here can be 1, 2, 3. Everything we don't know. So again, we have the border here because of this symbol. Here we have 1, so this has to extend to a 2. Here we cannot have 3 because of this. We also can't have 2. So that has to be 1. And then we need 2 at least because of the 1. And that's already this puzzle. 3, 4, and 5 is added automatically because there were no borders. That's all difficulty 4s, I think. We are at 54, correct? There are 4 difficulty 5s. Is there one down here? I think this is one already, right? Yeah. Okay, let's see. We have these borders here. And that means we have a precision 4. We need 2 regions moving out of these corners here, these niches. But there's something else that is important for this puzzle. It's this here in the corner. Right, you will have a region here that will not be able to go all around. So either it's moving here or it's moving there, right? In any case, in any event, I will need these 2 borders there, regardless of how this moves. It also means I have these at least like this, okay? Can I say more here actually already? Wasn't there something? Yeah, like this one has to go here or there. It means I also need these borders already. Yeah. So let's look at these 2 here, right? They have to be different shapes according to the mingle shape. So one of them can be an L, either like this or like that. And the other one can be a T. Those are the 3 options. S is not possible. 4 straight is not possible, and a square is also not possible because of the borders, right? So we have T and L. One is T, the other one is L. Okay? Now, can this be an L first of all? Like this? No, it cannot be, because then we would have 3 tiles left here. We could only add 2 to this region here, like this, right? But 1 would still be lost. So that's not an option. We can only have 1 here, but that means at least we need 1 tile here, okay? Then it could be an L like this, or an L like, or a T like this. The main thing being, however, that wait, is there something else already? Nonetheless, like if I have this here, I would need a border here and I would have a square, right? If I have a T, I would need these three because of these borders here. Okay? And that shows you now that you can't have a T here because this could only be completed as a T. Right? So this has to be an L and this has to be a square. Then you have an extension here. And you could have it. No, you can't have a T here because of the 3 now, right? So this is a 4 straight. This then has to be a T because here we have the L. T can only be done like this. This one is extending out of here. This is extending out of here. And I think it's time to look here now. I can't have a border here because these would have to extend away from here, right? Like this. This one would also have to extend and we would end up... I couldn't combine these two with 2 or even 3 straight 4s right next to each other, right? So there is no way to combine anything if I have this border here. These have to be combined. It can't be a square, however. So that means we need a border here. Yeah? And either it goes like this or it goes like this. That's actually, we can see that this is not possible because then this region would go like this here and we have the 4 straight right next to it already. So it has to be the one at the bottom here. And then this one can go there, but it couldn't be completed like this because of the lost tile. It couldn't be completed like this because of the shape. So it would still need something there. So this is definitive. Let's look here now. This one has to be completed like this. We can't join those. That would create a region of 5. So this one is a straight here. And this one has to move out of here. And then we need to extend one. This one cannot be an S here, this region, right? So this has to be a T. And this must be an S up there. Next 5, right? We have 5. Yeah, 5 is here as one. We have non-boxy and palisade. So non-boxy, let's start in the top left corner here, means we can't have this, right? So we need a border here, and this one has to extend here. We have these borders now also for the Watchtower symbol. And this one extends there, but we don't know where it goes then down or to the right. But this one still has to become non-boxy, so it has to move here. And we need these borders as well. Then we have, these symbols here. The Watchtower symbols, right? Which means we have a border there. We also have a border here, and this one, according to this Watchtower symbol. Oh yeah, we need something moving out of this niche here as well. We have these borders. This one has to extend. This one has to extend. Now they can't combine upwards. It has to move downwards here. These can all not combine now because of the existing borders, pre-existing borders. So this has to go all the way here, and then it can't join this one because of the border here already. It has to move here like this. We also have this border here. And now we can see with this symbol that we can't do that because this would be like we couldn't extend it into any direction anymore, right? From here. So we need a border here, which means this red region has to take this symbol there. But this could come from here basically. Could also come from there, from this region. We can't know that yet. So here we have a symbol like that. Has to extend to become non-boxy, but we don't know where. This one has to go here. What else? Yes, I think we can already see that this border is not possible here. Because that would mean that this region has to take this tile. Like we can't make this a single tile, right? That's boxy, just to be 100% certain here. This would have to go in here. We would need this border here. And that would mean that this has to go in there. But that is not allowed with the 3 here. Yeah? That's why we can't have the border here. We need it here, and indeed, this is coming here now. That means we need a border here. And that shows us these two symbols would be boxy if they were not part of this region here. We need these connections, and this one has to extend at least here to be non-boxy. Then, here we have the same thing we had up there. This is not possible, which means we need a border here. This is also not possible because it would be boxy, right? So we also need a border here, and this tile has to move out of this region, or out of this corner into the right direction, and we need these borders here now. This one has to be non-boxy like this. This one has to extend further, right? We can't go up here, because we would have 3 regions in this symbol. But this could potentially go down here. So this has to move on, this has to move on. And let's see what else was there. There was something here. This symbol. Yeah, I can't connect this here. That would be a 3 already, right? Like, it's not in compliance with the symbol, right? We would have 3 tiles necessarily into this direction because we have the border there already. So this one has to go all the way through here and connects to this one. Okay? That in turn means that this corner tile is part of this region here. I could still do this. What am I missing here? Wait, did I make a mistake? I don't know, this one at least has to go here all the way. No, actually that's not correct what I'm doing here. Wait, there is some kind of mistake that I made. What is it? I don't see it now. But there is... I seem to remember that this region connects to this one. Because this one... Yeah. I just made this mistake, this connection. It could also go here, that's exactly the case. The thing is that I have the connection here, and I need to draw these borders, and I have another border here. That's what I missed. So this one has to go here, and then this one can't go down, and since I can only have 2 regions in this corner, I need to combine this to one big region here, yeah? That's it now. And now we can see that this is not possible as a connection. I wouldn't be able to extend this into any direction, and it would be boxy. I need a border here, which means this one extends here. This one has to extend up, and then this is non-boxy, and also can't join this region anymore. In fact, it is complete because we need this here to join this region now, so that this also becomes non-boxy. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, I just gotta drink something quickly. I have to do that more often today. Just a second. Okay, that was the wow, the second difficulty 5. Here comes number 3. Oh yeah, this is one that I think is one of the most difficult puzzles in the Watchtower. This really drove me crazy. Now I found a way, sort of, but I always sort of stumble at one point or the other. And I think like the things you need to figure out to make progress here, or actually get into this puzzle at all, are incredibly difficult. Well, anyway, we can start with these 2 regions here. This region will have to extend here, right, according to the 3, or here. That means I need these 2 tiles, or these 2 borders already, right? It's either way, you have these 2, either with an extension here and an extension there for the border, right? So, if this one goes here, this region, you would have a new region coming here. And this, again, with this symbol, could only go here or there, right? So you have exactly the same thing. And in particular, if this region didn't turn to the right here, it would move down. You would have the same thing with this region, because it would still have to become non-boxy, right? So you can go on like this, and then if, like, let's separate this here. These are, no, not like this. These are definitive. These connections here of these tiles, you need them for sure. And then here the same thing. You will have to turn a corner. Either it's one combined region, or it starts here, or this region starts here. Okay? with this border here, which means here you have 2 and these borders. And now that you have this region here, for sure, either going in or not, it shows you that you can't have a border here, because that would be boxy. Yeah? You need a connection here, again, with the same borders as up here. And the same is true here, down there. You can't have a border here because you would end up with a boxy region. You need a connection like that here. Yeah? And this one cannot extend here, because then you would need these 2 borders, with this being a boxy region. You need a border here, and you also can't do that, because again, you would need these 2 borders with a boxy region, right? So you need this border here. This one has to extend around. It's now non-boxy, yeah. But you could still extend here, for instance, or you could have a region here. That's unclear. However, if you have something here, it will have to move out. If you have this like a border here, you would need these here. So you can put this in already, yeah. And that means here you need these borders. Now this one has to extend. If you had a border here, what would happen? You would have 2 here and 2 here. That's not possible, right? So you can't have this border. This has to be here. And you have a border here. There is a new... Wait, was that actually... Did I see something wrong there? That's not possible, yeah, because that's boxy. Yeah. Okay, you have a border here, so this has to extend out. In the 3, you can't do this, right? You need 2 more regions here. So this one has to go around the corner here. Could extend, however, but you need a border here now with these extensions here. Okay. This 3 means that you have a border here. And... this region can't connect to this region, so we need a border here, which means in order to become non-boxy, this region has to move here and can only combine with this one. Then we need a border here and a border here as well. So now you have a non-boxy region here. According to the 3, you need a border here. Then this one becomes non-boxy like this, with a border there, because of the joint border here already. So indeed the original starting region becomes non-boxy here only. We need a border here now. And then, because of the 3, we have this border here. And these 2 have to become non-boxy, only possible like this. It's a very nice puzzle, I gotta say, but it was so difficult for me to find this logical way instead of just trying stuff. Well, last difficulty 5. We have this and that here. Oh, come on. A precision 5. Is there anything else? Yes, we can see here. Given the 3, right? Like this thing is either completed like this, or let's do it the other way. We can't have this here in the 3, right? So the completion of this tile is either like this or like that. Which means we need these 2 tiles here. We can do this also already, and we can add this tile to this region here. Now we have a precision 5. This one cannot extend here because we would end up with 6, right, in the end. So this one has to be a new region, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Which means this one has to extend there, is also complete. Here is a region that needs to extend out here because of this border, according to the 3. Here we have precision 5, so we can't have this extension, right? You would have to add 1 more tile, so you became, or that would become an area of 6. So you need a border here. This one then has to extend away from the area, from the border. Now, if you were to do this, this region could extend here or here, yeah? That's not the problem. The problem is the 2, because this region can only extend 1, and you would have a 3rd region in this clue here, right? So it has to extend there, which means in turn that this region has to extend here in order to take care of this tile, sort of, and then the natural extension of this region is like that to become this zigzag shape here. You have something coming out here now. And is there anything else up here yet? No, I don't think so. Now you can look at this tile here, because you can see that it cannot be completed like this, I think, right? You would have these two borders here. Or is it possible like this? I'm not sure, you know. Wait, there was something else. Just a second, please. There was something else here. Wait, what was it? I need to look at this first. 3. This is possible. Why is this not possible? We would have this border here and this. Oh yeah, it's because of this border up here. That's what I didn't see. Because you can only have 2 here, right? Or like you can't have 2 here like this. They would be cut off immediately because of this symbol, right? But if you have 2 here, you will not be able to create a 5. But you can, no, this would be a 5, right? Ah no, then you can't have. If you have 2 here, you have a single one there. This you could take care of with this one, but then you would end up with 4 here, or with 6. No, 6 is not even possible. It just doesn't work. Yeah, you can't do this. This one has to extend out. You don't get the region of 5 here. That's why that is not possible, because here of this border. Yeah, that's the problem, the main problem, in conjunction with the symbol. That's why you need this connection here, a horizontal layout with one border there. Then from here you need 3 at least, right? From here 1, 2, 3, 4, and now you can already see that you have this border here and this one. So this one can't extend to a 5 if it moves here. It has to be joined to this region and is one region like that. This tile can only be taken care of like this. And then we have 1, 2, 3. Here we need a connection for the 3, right? This could be connected, but this region could also go this way. Let's make this a different color a little bit, okay? So we don't know. This may be a different region. We don't know. Can take any of these 2 tiles. Now, here we have, what do we have here? No, actually, let's look at this one. This I could have done before already. Now this one can't go into this region, into this direction, because you would have this border here, right? And since you would need 5, you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. But how to complete this now? There's no way you get 5 into this region and still like be able to complete this region here. That means we have this extension here, and then we need 1, we have 3, like here, if we use this tile, we need at least 2 tiles going into this direction. Yeah. Which means there is another region coming from here. And since this tile can only reach here, like this region can only reach here, right? Maximum. And this tile can't reach here because it cuts this off. This tile has to be part of this region. This tile has to be part of this region, because this one can basically go here, but we don't know if this is a T or if it goes like this there, right? Let's make this a bit brighter again. So that's what we don't know, but what we do know is that this one has to extend here, because like even if you have a region coming from here, like you can't, actually it's not possible. You can see that already, right? This must be here, and then this must be here. Like otherwise you can't complete this if there's a different region there, right? So we have these connections here. This is indeed a T here. And then you have 4 here at least. Plus 1 more. If it went here, that would be possible. If it went here, that would not be possible. You would have 4 here for this, or 7. So this has to go there. And then you can see that if you combine this here, you have a single region around this clue here. So that's why this has to go here. And then you need this to conclude the puzzle. Okay, we reached 58. Perfect. There is one difficulty 6. That is here. Oh yeah, this one is more or less only difficult in the beginning. I'm not sure there's a different way to logically deduce how to solve this, but basically you can go through the options. That's what I'm going to do to show why all these options don't work. Now it starts with this symbol here, right? You can only use 2 of these tiles, right? In either way. So let's start here by looking at, like, you can't use this shape, right? That's already forbidden. So you could think about this one first. You could do here a 3, and then you couldn't use this tile again, right? You would have to go here and then up. That's not allowed with this symbol. So that is not an option to begin with. So you would have to extend it and use this symbol here. Yeah? Or actually you could use with the same length this first here, right? Let's do this with the same length on here first. But you can easily see that that's not possible. You don't have the shapes to complete that. So how about this one? You also can't really get out. You could use this here, however, but then you can't use this because you already used it, right? We have the mingle shape, and you also can't do anything like that for obvious reasons. Again, that's against the mingle shape. So it appears there is no way to do this with an L coming from here in a horizontal fashion. We have to do that in a vertical fashion. Yeah. So we have to extend here. Then let's start with this here one, with this one there. You could have this here. Then you would need a border here, right? So this could go. This would have to go somewhere here, right? Yes. Like you could also think of something like that, maybe. That's not possible because of this L here. You have the same shape twice. So this would have to have 4, and because of the 3 thingy here, it would have to go there. And then, like, you can't even complete that anymore. Wasn't there a way to complete this further? I'm not sure. I think there was something. Don't remember now what it was. Yes, you can do this actually. That's the first thing that people would start thinking about. But anyway, you would have a border here, right, with these extensions now, which means one region here. This one would have to move here because this one would have to go like this. You can't extend that because you have the shape here already, right? And that's the main problem, that you will have borders here now. And this one has to extend. You can't close this gap here because you have the same shape twice. But once you go up, there is no way. You will eventually have to turn to the left here, cutting off something here. You can't do that. You also have to extend this still, right? And this would have to be something bigger than that. So it's a huge mess, and it just doesn't work with 2 regions here. Yeah, you can't have 1 region out of this. So that's all due to this border here, yeah? And that's why this whole thing doesn't work. Looks nice, but just doesn't work with an L. It all starts with an L. That's the only shape that remains that may work. Or that must work, actually. So first of all, we need a border here because of the 3, which means these need to extend here. This then must be an L with 4 tiles, and this must be an L with 5 tiles. Now you need a border here again. We have the 3 again, but now we can't use the L. In fact, we need to use this big L like this. And it makes all the difference because now we have these here combined. We can't use the 3 tile L. We can't use the 5 tile Ls. We need to use a 4 tile L. So we have 2 to extend, either here or here. Okay? So if we did this, it's quite apparent that this doesn't work because you don't have this shape anymore. Yeah, you will not be able to reach this here. You can only go one up. In fact, I couldn't do it here. I could only do that on the other side, like this. But how would I get in there? Like here, I can't do that. I have the L right next to it, right? So you have to extend it like this. And now it's quite obvious that you can't do that again. And you can't also have this here or that here. That means at the bottom you need to have a combination. You need to combine this first. And then you could think about going up here, but you would have to go all the way up there actually, because you have the L here already. No, it doesn't even work. You could only go here if you went up on this side. And then you're having problems again. You can't do that. You can't do that. And going further up, that might work, in fact. Yeah. This would be like a possible combination, but let's see first what happens, because this is the right solution. What happens if we go here, actually? I couldn't do this, and I couldn't do that. So I would have to move up there, and I would automatically lose something. I also can't use the L. I would have to go even one further. So yeah, that's obvious that this doesn't work. The other thing has to work. We can fix this or lock this in. But again, I can't do that. I have to go there at least, which means here I can't go up because I would cut this one off from becoming an L. So I have to use this, and I can't use a 3, I can't use a 4. I have to go and make this a 5 tile L. Okay? So this can't be completed like this. No, it has to be completed like that. So now we only have a 3 tile left here. Like, we can't do this for obvious reasons. So this one has to be, or this one is 3 or 3 like this. And once you draw this in, you can already see you have a normal L up there. Yep. It all starts like if you logically think about the first, how to position the first L there in the corner, in the top, in the bottom right. It's actually not so difficult, this puzzle, but you need to figure that out first, and it's difficult, I gotta say. So we are in the Hedge Maze, difficulty 5. We have a precision 7. I think the best way to start to start the solving this puzzle is looking at this clue here. We have a precision 7. We have 1 tile here plus 3 on that side and 3 on that side. Yeah, there is no way I can do this and that, because we're adding a tile. We would need 3 here and 3 here. Yeah, that's already 9 what we have here, right? 4, yeah. Okay, so we can only go directly into this region and into this direction. Yeah, we could combine them here potentially, and then we can add stuff around it, but the main point being is we need these exits here sort of for these 2 tiles. Yeah, I also can't do that with this, because then I can't reach the 3 here at all, right? Or actually I could do that, but I would still need at least this exit, this exit here. Yeah, I would have to go here, right? I would have to go there. No, actually I can't do that. It doesn't. Yes, if I could do this, would this work? Let me think about this. I never thought about this in this fashion. This would also be an option actually, right? This is a 7, and we have 3 here and 3 here. This would also be an option. But the main point being, again, that we have this here cut off. You will see in a moment why I'm talking about this, because I'm talking about this here. This region starting here, that must not be cut off by this region here, right? Because we need 7, so this has to move at least here. Now, if we want this to move up 1, that's the earliest point we can achieve this, right? Because this one will have to extend here to extend to a 7. Now we have 4, right? And it can go there, potentially, if we have this extension there, but it can't go any further. Like, I can't take this away and not have this here. Yeah, I just showed you, that's why I did these combinations, yeah? It's not possible. But if I had this shape here, I wouldn't even be able to do the 1. Yes, I could do that like this maybe, yeah? But then I would have 3 here in the back. Doesn't really work, right? So it is more likely And it is also the case that you need these extensions here, yeah? So, if you need this here, you need to add 2 tiles to this somehow, right? You have 5 tiles maximum. But here, you also still have 2, right? So why not simply do this? And you extend this to a 7 and a 7 here. Yeah? And now that means this one has to be extended by 2, like this. And here, since you have a new region now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you need to extend this like that. Yeah? There's no other way to combine this. And it is due to the 2 that you have to add here, and you can't go any further up than this. And you need to go up here with this region, otherwise you can't have the 1 to the north of this symbol here. Okay? Now I would suggest to look at this tile here. Because first of all you have this border here, right? But the main point being that you have a total of 7 tiles that you should add, sort of, right? But we can only add 6. So one of these tiles has to be a combination, okay? But since I can only add 1, I need to go at least 3 tiles here, right? I could go 1 up here, but I can't really go 2, because then I end up with a 6 only, right? So I can only do this here, or I could do this here and this one there. No, then I could... No, I actually need 2 here, yeah? I need like this. Or, again, as I said, something like this would also be possible. But you need these 3 as an extension here. And in the center. You can't go up and down once more. Like, this again doesn't work because now you have 5. And like this you only have 6. You can only combine one of these tiles. That's the main point, okay? So since you have to go 3 here, let's see how much this region is. It's 23. And that shows you exactly where you have to position the 1. You can only position it here to get to a 21, which is a multiple of 7. Okay? And you also have to put it 1. That means you need 2 up here, because now you have 4 here plus 3. Yeah, and you can't put that here because of the 4. You can't put it there because of the 0. It has to be here. So this is a final shape like this, with a 7 like this here already. And now you can look at this. You need 3 coming out of here, and it fits perfectly with the 3 that you need for this shape. And since you can only have regions of 7, right, you need 3 more here. Only on this side. That's why I drew these borders already. But that also means you need another region here. Yeah. So, here you have 3. You need another 4. So that would be this here, right? Because here you can extend. And you need 7. That's basically just a little bit of juggling around. It only fits like this, yeah? That's easy to see, I gotta say. You don't need to logically deduce that. Then we can look at this one here. 3 and 2. Again, like here, you can't do something like that with a separate region there, right? You can't have 7, so these have to be combined. Or like, go into the corner, there's no other way. And then you need a border here because of the 2. This one has to extend there because of the 3. And now you can see that you will have a new region like this here. That's 4, needs to go there, so here we have 5, we need 2 more. They can only extend like this now. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is not possible because of that. It's here, and there is already a final region. Okay. Next difficulty 5. Yeah, this one. Let me just drink something again shortly. Sorry. Okay, and I'm back. Oh man, really have a very dry mouth today. So, it's all about this one here, 57 and 57. They have to be combined. Sort of, like, I mean, you pretty much get the gist pretty quickly once you start solving this puzzle. Because here you have an extension of 1, can only be this, and then this one will have to move here and there at least, right? Now we have, what, 7 only, yeah? So first of all, we have a 3 to the bottom, so we can draw a border here. And then this could potentially go this way or that way. But if we look at these two regions, right? These two symbols here. This one needs 4 to the right, like this. And this one would need 4 to the left, like this. Both of which don't work, because now you have 5 to each side, so you need to take 2 away. Now you have 3 to each side, and then this would be possible, this would be possible, this would also be possible. The main point being that this region can't go through here, it has to extend up there, okay? And now that we did this, we can look at, actually, since we can't go here, you can already see you have to move all the way here, and that is for the 4 obviously not an option, so you can already move like this here. And now you can look at the 3 to the bottom. That can only be 1, 2, 3 like this. You also have the 1 to the top for this symbol here, right? So this one is complete like that, it can't be extended. That in turn means that this region here must be completed like this. You can also look at this here now. Here you need 2 to the side, right? 2 to the right. And this one needs 3 to the left. We have 1 already. 2, 3. That's one region. This one has to extend 2 up. But this one has to extend 1 down. Let's look at the 3 bottom first. 1, 2, 3. There's no other way. This one has 1 to the top already. This one needs 1 to the bottom. So indeed I need to do this here for the 1 to the bottom and 2 to the top. These are also done like that. Yeah, this has to go up here further. Let's look at the 4 to the side. That would be something like... What would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4 is not possible, because now we have 4 to the bottom of this one, right? So we would have to do this here. But how to do the 1 to the right? That would have to be something like this here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because this one then can move here. But then we have 2 to the right here. So that can only be part of this region here, right? And we will have to change one of these 2 tiles there. Now we have 2 to the right of this symbol. We have 3 to the bottom of this symbol. And 4 to the left of this symbol. Perfect. Here we have 3 to the bottom, 1 to the right. Also perfect. Can't add anything. Here you would think this, right? But if you look at this symbol, this has to go down 1. Can only do this here, and then you have 1 to the left. At the top there, you have to move on here. This is 1 to the left. And then, wouldn't it be nice to do this? Like this here, right? But you only have 28 already. And there is this symbol here that prevents that. If this went here, you would be cut off totally from completing a 57. So you need to do this here. And then, let's look how to proceed here. This one needs 3 to the top. That sort of must be here, right? I mean, you could go down here and go in there. But then you need 3 to the right, which would only be able to do this. And you'll figure out pretty quickly that this is just an everlasting circle here. All the way around like this, which means no go, you have to go here. This one prevents you from going this way, so you have to go around here, and you can't go in there. You have to move along the edge, and once you do this, you'll figure out pretty quickly, 58, that's 57 to the north of this symbol and 57 to the south of this symbol. That must be right, yeah. There is no way where I could have gone any differently. Yes, I could have gone here, but what would that matter? Like, and now moving along the edge is the most efficient way to leave all the options on the table that there are, right? So let's look at this 3 here first. That can only be 1, 2, 3. No other way here, which means the 2 here must be completed here. Yeah. The 3 to the right can only be these here. The 2 to the left can only be these here. And then you need 3 to the top. That's 1, 2. And then you can't do that here because you would get 4 to the right. You have to do that there. And that's it. Yeah. Once you figure out the main part about moving this this snake sort of all through the entire labyrinth, it's not so difficult, I gotta say. So we got compass, and we have one difficulty 3, which was it this one here? Yes. Precision 3. Okay. We can start off with this one here. That needs at least 1 here. This one needs 2 to the side, to the right. We need these borders here then. This one has to extend here. This one has to extend here. We need a border there. These 2 have to extend here. And this one only has 3. It can't get the one there or there. It has to be here. Which means we have these 3s and this one. Which means this one has to go there. That's a 3. This one comes out here. Can't go there. We need another region here. Like this. Then a 3. And that's a 3. Here we need something that is 3. Another 3 like this and like that. They're all the same. Let's see. Here we have 1, 2, 3. This one extends 2. Can't do that, obviously, right? It has to be a straight 3 and another straight 3. This one can't go in here because then we would be cutting off tiles. So this has to be like this. This one goes in there. That doesn't work again, right? So it has to be done like this and like that. Man, I got such a dry mouth. Why is that? I need to drink all the time. The first time that this happens. So now we have, what is it, 4 difficulty 4s. I think this is one already? Yeah. Oh yeah, this one. We have a solitude, which is important because that means I can't do that only thing, right? Anyway, I can't do that, I can't reach the 3. In order to get 3 here, I need the 2 to the bottom already. This is complete. I could add stuff here if necessary, but we can draw these borders already. I can't do anything else here. Now, it's time to look at the 11 here. Like, there is one tile, it can only be this one, and everything else has to be on the right side of this border here, right? Of this line, which means we need to add another 10 now, okay? So let's just move along the edge because of the solitude, right? That's the most efficient way to use the area. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We reach 9 here. And going down may not be like we would have to go there. We might have to use this tile, right? So let's see what we have here. We have 12 to the top and 11 to the right. That fits very well like this, right? We would have to add 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We only have 8. That means we will definitely have to go down here probably, right? But more importantly, it means we really can't do that. Because, like, if we have... how many... Wait, no. I want to make this darker again. If we have only 7 to the right now, we would have to add 4, right? That would be, like, all of these. And then how will you be able to get to a 12 to the left with only 1 more to the bottom? It doesn't work. Yeah, you can't do that. It means you need to go here with this one. But how do you get to 12? You will need a total of 12 here, right? With the base tile, sort of, right? So there's only one way, and you can see it already. It's simply by moving all of this one to the side here. And then you have for this tile exactly this. 1 to the bottom, and then everything else has to be left of this side. Here you have 12 now. That fits perfectly. Here we have 11. We need a 13 in total. So this here. And now let's see where we get with the 12, right? We have 1 and we need 12 now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, and then here you can see that's 5 to the right and 4 to the bottom. That's exactly the remaining shape. This is a 7, this is a 6, and we are at the 4s, right? There was a 4, I think. Yes. Okay, yeah, we have these shapes here. Like the safe things to say are, you can look at this one here, right? At this tile here, 6 to the bottom is not possible with these two. It must be this one. And like the symbol tile must be this sticking thing. Yeah. And like you can't extend that here because of the shape, so you have to extend the rest there. That is something you can safely say, which means you will have an L here. And then you can also look at this one, which has 1 to the top and 5 to the right. Again, 5 to the right can only be this tile, and it's this left part, right? Which means you need 5 to the right like this and 1 to the top. There's no other way to get 5 to the right than this. Yeah. So now we need to figure out how to use this here. This one with 1 to the bottom can only be an L, either like that or like this. And you can already see it here. You can't do anything with this. This doesn't work. You don't have that shape or a square. So that's not possible. It has to be positioned like that. Here you end up with another shape that is impossible. It must be this with an L here. And then here it could be an L or this other shape, this zigzag line. So that's not clear. We can also have a look here now. Right? This one is 3 to the side. 3 to the left, right? But there's multiple options. It could be wait, no, 3 to the side. Yeah, it could be an L actually. Right? But let's look what we can do here first of all. How can we get out of this? Like, there is no way but to put an L in here first of all. And then you will need another L here. But this could be this. No. There is a 0 to the top. It can't be. It has to be this. So what to do here? You can't put the L. Yeah, you could put an L. No, you can't put an L anymore. So it can only be this shape then. Yeah? Like this one would be 4 to the left. You have to use this shape. Which in turn means here, you can't do that. You have to do this. Okay? And then this here, you can only complete like that again. With this shape here. And here you have 4 to the top and 3 to the left. This is something you could have done before, by the way. You can also start with this one. But it's very difficult to find actually. No, here you would actually think 3 to the left and 4 to the top. You would first of all think of this one here. Yeah, to put this in like this, right? 3 to the left, 4 to the top, but it's not correct. It doesn't work because you need this here. And that's why there's only one. It can't be this one. The other one, it has to be this one that fits, but how? You need to just turn it around in your head sufficiently. It's difficult to find, I do admit that. But then here you obviously need another one, and here you have an L then. Yeah? That's the only way this stuff fits. Which means here you need another L somehow. You can see that here you have 3 to the right. That can only be an L now. Yeah? Or could this be something else actually? In the beginning you could think it's something like this also, right? But it's not. It has to be an L like this, so that you can fill this corner here completely. Which means you have another L here. And here you also need an L now. And now it's a little bit of figuring stuff out. You need one 5-tile shape. And one 7-tile shape and 2 4-tile shapes. I'll just draw it in. It's just like, I mean, this is something that's sort of appealing, right? Because of the organized corners here. And then it's pretty simple to see, I would say, that the rest is completed like this. Okay, 2 difficulty 4s we have. There was one more. I think one was here. This one? Yeah. Oh yeah, this one. Let's start with this plus sign here. That can only be completed like that. Right? There is no other way because of the solitude. Can't go to the down, up, right, left is not possible. It must be completed like that. Now this one needs one to the bottom. That can't be here. And this one can't go up. So this one has to go here, right? That's the next best option. And in fact it has to be here, because now this plus sign, if it was completed like this, you wouldn't be able to complete this anymore. Like you could go 3 here, and that's it, like this. But you will have to get there somehow. So the plus sign is completed like this. And then this one can move along here, yeah? Has to go here at least. At least here, okay? The 3 needs 3 here in this line at least. Which means this plus sign can only be positioned like that. You could think about positioning it this way, yeah? But again, like you could take 1 tile here, but you would end up with 5 to the bottom of this one. There is no other symbol here to take these tiles, so that's not an option, yeah? In fact, this one has to be there. Okay? Then you have 3 exactly for this symbol here, so you're done. Now, if you look at the 4 to the top, we have the potential for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah? And I need 4 of them at least, which means first of all that I need to not only get the 2 over to this side somehow, at least like on the other side of this line here, but also this one I have to get there. I need 1 of these 2 at least, yeah? So how to achieve this? This one here, you could think of doing like this, but then you see with this tile, you would cut off the path completely, or if you do this, you only have 1 way through, right? But you need 2. For both of these symbols you need a path through, you can't combine them, right? That's 8 or 9 already to the top of this one. So that's not an option for the sign, okay? Could you do something like this then? That's also not possible, because you wouldn't be able to use this tile and that tile. And if you do this, you don't have enough tiles for this one to the top, right? You only have 2 left, or 3 maximum, yeah? So I can't move this to the left, I can't move it to the right. I have to complete it like this then. Okay? Now this would be 1 path through, sort of, right? But I need a second one. It means, like, I can't do that for obvious reasons here. This one is a region without a symbol. You can't do that because you only have 1 path. You also can't do that. Why? I think it's because of this symbol here. Like, where would you put this? Like, you couldn't put it here now. Yeah, we would cut all the regions, all the tiles off. This one is also not possible. So this would have to go here now. But then this one is cut off. And while it seems possible, it's not. In fact, it's not possible for many reasons. Already here you need 5 to the top also. That's 3, and you would need 2 more. At least here or there, you would cut off the path for the 4. Yeah. So that's why this doesn't work. It's a long way, but like it is a lot of shuffling in this thing, and I'm just trying to go through all these options systematically. That's why I'm showing this. So you can't extend this to the right here. Yeah. You can't extend it to the left. So the only way to use it is this, and then you have a path down here potentially. Yeah. So now, since I already showed that this is not possible, because you only have 1 path through now, you need 2 paths again, right here. You finish this. You also can't do that, because you're creating a region without a symbol. This one is not feasible for basically the same reasons. Yeah, actually here, 5 to the top, you will cut off the 4 like this. There's no way not to cut it off. Yeah. Or here. Yeah. So you can't do that. You can't extend it to the top like this, right? Because this one has to get out there. So the only way left is this one. Yeah. So you have 1 path down here and 1 going here. And for obvious reasons, this one doesn't go here, right? So this one has to go here, and this is the way it gets 2. And now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 left for this one, which means you can already draw the border there. So let's see how we can do this. Here we need 5 to the top. We must leave the path open. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Perfect. Fits very well. And then here you need to go around the 6, right? If you go like here, or like, obviously that's not the way to do it, right? You need 6 here. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah? Can only be like this. Actually, could you have this? No. You need this connection, and you also need this connection there, right? Because here you want to go here, right? So that must be it already. Did I not draw all the borders? There's the final border that I didn't draw. Yeah. It's not so difficult to find once you approach these pluses in a systematical fashion, but in fact it is very difficult to find, to keep all these. And think about the 6s and the 5 here and stuff. It's easier, obviously, once you know the solution. But, like, in fact, I was trying all sorts of things and not figuring out with the 2s. Like, with these, like, if you look at the 4 and the 2, systematically, it's not so difficult to find, I gotta say. Okay, what was that? That was another 4, and the other 4 is, the last 4 is here. On this island to the side, very well hidden. Almost impossible to find, I'd say, without the highlighter there in the end. Okay, we have these borders here for sure. Then we have a straight 3 already, we have a mismatch, and we have range 3 to 5. So, let's look at this one here first. 1 to the left, 1 to the top. That's not possible because you have 1 tile only. And you will definitely have 1 tile here, so a different region. So this region has to be at least 3, right? So how can this be positioned only like this, right? Because then you have here 1, 2, 1, 2, that's 5 max of the range. So these 2 must be positioned like that. Here you have 2 coming out. That must be part of this because you can't do 2 here. That's 3 to the right, even though it's only 2 to the bottom. Also, this would be a region of 2 only. So this is part of that one. And since I have 2 to the bottom and none to the right, those have to be all to the right. We can draw this. No, we can draw this border, right? And we can draw a border there also. That's the important part. Because we can't add another tile here, we would end up with a region of 6. So here is a new region with at least 3, right? Range 3 to 5. That in turn means this one has to extend here. And we have another region here. Like 3 minimum. We have this shape already, we need to extend it. We can't extend it any further according to this tile here. Yeah? But here you can see, you need to go 1 to the top and 1 to the right. Can only be done like this. And now we have 5. That means I can't extend this here to the left because to the right, because that would be the same shape twice. So that's an L, a 4 tile L. Here we need to extend out of this region. Since we need at least 4 here in this region, this one has to move there. But we have this shape already here, so it has to extend at least 1 more. And in fact, it can't extend any further now, because it would create a copy of this shape, so that's like this. And that also shows you that you can't do anything like that here now. For the 2 to the left you need this, and you can't extend it to the left anymore, or here because you have 2 already, so you can only have a 4 here. Can't do that also, because you would add 3 to the top. So that's a square. And then you have 1 region coming from here. That has to be part of this because, like, the 1 to the bottom is not possible here with the 1 to the left only. So we have this plus 1 to the left. We can't do that here. We have that shape already, right? So that has to be 1 here, but we have that shape also. So what to do? We could do this here or that here. Here we would be creating a region of 1, which is not allowed, so that has to be a T. Here the 2 have to go into this region, and then we can only add 2 to the right. Obviously we have 5. We could think of that, I gotta say, but that's again this shape and something forbidden here. So we have the big corner. And now let's see how many tiles we have. We have 20 left. And that's an important clue for this part, because it tells you that you can only complete this either with 5 regions of 4 tiles or 4 regions of 5 tiles. There's no way of combining 4s and 5s to solve this. And since we already have, how many? What do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 tile shapes already. We would only have 2 shapes of 4 tiles left. To be precise, the 4 straight and the T. Yeah. So we need 4 5-tile shapes here. That's important to know, because that would tell you how to complete this tile, this part here. Here, you obviously need something here that cannot be part of this region, right? And it's pretty obvious that these 2 have to be combined with a minimum range of 3, right? And you have 3s. You have both 3s already and 4s, right? So this is 1 5 here. Can't be 1 4. It can't be a T. So what you can't use is this shape here, which means if you combine this, yeah, you can't do this here. You can't have this border here. Or actually, we don't have to combine this. You can't have this border here. That's the main thing. You would end up with a shape that you already have. Yeah. So you need this here. And since this has to be, also like it would have to be like this, or let's say we go this. That's 5 already. Yeah. And you couldn't do anything like that because, no, you would end up with a shape like this again. Yeah. You can't go in any further also. So it has to be this here. Yeah. But what about this one? Oh no, you can't go to the top actually. So you have this border here also, and you need 5 here like this. So now you have 2 times 5, 2 5-tile shapes. Here, if coming from this tile, you can't go into this tile here, because again we have that shape already. This has to come from here then, and then you have a 5 straight. Like, this top part is so simple. It took me quite a while to figure out the right combination, I remember. But once you look at the amount of tiles you have, it's actually pretty simple. So that is what? How many do I have now? I think that was all 4s now, right? Yes, and we have 4 difficulty 5 puzzles. Let's start here. I think those are 7 and 6, right? Yeah. So there's one here. That's a difficulty 5. Yep. Let's start with this one here. We need 5 to the top. We can have 2 from here. So we need at least 3 here. This one also needs 5 to the top. So since we only have 5 left and we also need 2 to the top somewhere, it's a pretty safe bet that these are combined. But we only have 3 to the right here. So we wouldn't be able to get there. Yeah? Which means we can add one more, and there we have also 5 to the top. So let's add them again. Now you have 1 to the top, 2 to the top. So that's somehow here, right? Plus the 1 that we still need, okay? Now, this one will have to move down and either go here or go there. Yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it would even make that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it couldn't get up there. So these 2 have to be here. We can already say that because the 9 to the left are not enough to get there. Which means this one has to be here, the 1 to the top, and this one has to be there. Which in turn means that the 3 here to the right can't be there. Because I need the path up there. It has to be here then, because I can't combine it with a 9. Yeah? So let's see what we have here. We need to move around this here. Look, this is, you need to just draw these things and see if it fits eventually and then adjust potentially. So I'm just drawing this now because it's the likely scenario. We have all the tiles we need for this here, right? For these 2 clues. So how many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here. And how many do we have to the top? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a very good fit, which means we wouldn't be able to put anything above this line anymore. Yeah. However, we also need to go 9 to the left here. And we also need one more to the right, wasn't it? Like, oh, no, wait, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 only. We need 3 more. Yeah. And while you could do this, it's highly unlikely that one tile is unused. So the more likely option is this here. We also can't combine these because we don't have enough tiles. Wait, how much do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It would be possible if you did like this, gotta say, yeah. But it doesn't work in the end because then you can't see this now. With the 9, actually let's undraw this. In order to get with the 9 here, you have to move along here. Yeah. You can't go through this tile, you can't go through this tile because you have many more to the right of this symbol here. So if you had 3 to the bottom, you would have to do something like this and then go up there again. Yeah. And then move there. But then you couldn't complete the 2. Well, you could do it like this maybe. And 3 here. Actually, that would work. I never looked at it this way. Is there something that doesn't work? Wait, how much do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could just add this one here. This would actually work. I never thought about this. 3 to the bottom. Is there something that I'm overlooking here? I don't think so. The problem is this one here. You can't do 4 to the right. No, yeah. And in fact, that shows that for the 4 to the right, you need the 3 to the right alone, yeah? Because like this, you have 5 to the right now. It's because you add this here, and that's, I'm only doing this because I'm including this 3 to the bottom here, yeah? Only for demonstration purposes. Sorry, I didn't want to do this. So let's just undo all of this. That shows that it doesn't make any sense. You have to extend like this. This is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 9. This one then can perfectly move here, right? And now you just have to get in 3 here, which could be done, no, can't be done like this, would have to be done like this. So that this region here, this red region, can move all around it easily. You have 2 here. You could not move up here because you want to combine the 4 with the 3, right? That's what we just figured out. What we have to do, so we have the 2 here, and then we can't move above this line because of the 7 here, right? We already completed it with 3 here and 4 here. So we need 2 more now, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. With the 3 here. Now what about the 8? If you count this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we can simply combine that. And this one can also be combined, right? We have 4 to the right here. Yes. Wasn't there something else here somewhere? So there's something here. Oh yeah, this one is also quite difficult. Difficult to explain, at least. I mean, you can just try and move stuff around, but the logical path, it's obvious to start with this one, right? You have 1 to the right, you need yellow, you need blue, and you need red. That's the only way to reach all these 3 symbols. I mean, yellow and blue can only be done like this, and red also, obviously. So you have this here. This one needs 1 to the right. That has to be here because of the rose windows, right? We can't have this as a separate region. Then you need 8 to the left, which already shows you how probably have to combine these 2 in one region. And here 5 to the bottom. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. Then 2 to the left. You have red in there, and then you need blue also. Now, which borders do we have? We have a border here. We can't do any more in this direction, like on the left side of this symbol. But we do need stuff here. We have 8 to the left of here, so we need 6 tiles in this part here, because we have 2 here, 8 here, so 6 here. And we need 2 to the top. It can only be this 5 to the right and 5 to the top. Like this, that's the only way it fits with the difference of 8 and 2 and 5 and 1, and the 5 to the top. Yes. Which means you have another thing here. Now you can see that this one can't be connected here. Like you could connect it like this, yeah. You would have 3 to the top, to the bottom, but you would create regions here without, or one region without symbols. So that's not an option. You can't combine it to this one. This here is 7 to the bottom already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's also not an option. This one is 2 to the bottom, so it tells you this one has to be a separate region. As well as this one, by the way, right? 2 to the bottom, 2, 6, none of these can reach this. You have regions here without any compass symbol inside, yeah? And those two are ones, maybe they are combined, not necessarily, however, yeah? So you can't already combine them. But since this can't be part of any compass symbol, that means the 4 to the bottom here is most definitely this. And then from here, it's difficult to see anything else here. It's actually easier to see, to look at this one here. You have 5 to the top. The 5 to the top can only be 2 to the right, right, according to this one. So this is a must here. With this, yeah, and this border here also, okay? Now, you need 8 to the left and 6 to the bottom. You have the red symbol already, that means you have to draw this border here. So you could go down here, but you need 8 to the left also, so why not simply go down here, right? And that gets you blue. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. And this here would be 1, 2, 3, 4 on top of that, so that looks perfectly reasonable, doesn't it? Let's count the rest. 7 to the left here, to the right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Works. 6 to the bottom here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Did we count the 8 to the top? 8 to the left? No, 8 to the top we didn't count yet, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That all fits perfectly. So, I don't think there's anything that I didn't count yet. So that must be one region. Here, 5 to the left can only be this one. And 3 to the top, we also have 2 to the bottom here. We need 3 to the top. And 2 to the right. We need a yellow symbol. So this one, it doesn't work. How to do that? 3, oh no, we already have there. 1, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. Yeah, that fits. So, here we need 9 to the top. That can only be this. We need 5 to the right. We need to add 2 here. So we have all the symbols. Indeed, that means that this has to be one region, right? We need 2 to the bottom. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left. Perfect. This one is very difficult to figure out, even though, again, if you follow the clues, especially the 5 and the 2 in combination, it's so clear that you have to, like, you can't do anything there, and you can't use this red symbol. That's the main thing of this, like, realizing this. I was so hesitant in my head against this and trying to, like, what am I overlooking? But it's just that you don't combine it here, sort of, with the red symbol. You need to combine it and excluding the red symbol. It's a good puzzle, no question. So, there is one more 5 here. Oh yeah, we have a match now. How many tiles do we have? 80. So, the minimum here, 3 and 3. The minimum you can have is 5 actually, like this. Yeah. And in fact, if you had 6 tiles, that wouldn't work. With 7 tiles, you can have with 80 total, right? You could have, the smallest one is 2, but like 2 and 2 is not possible. You can't get 2, 3 is not possible. 4 would be generally speaking possible, but like 3 and 3 you can't create a 4 tile shape with 3 and 3. So 5 is the smallest one. The next one would be a 6. That's not possible with 80. Then 7 and 8. 8 would be the next option. But with 3 and 3 you can't even create an 8, right? The maximum you can create is 7. So it has to be between 5 and 7. And that's why it is the 5. Yeah, there is no other option. than to use this shape here, because that's the only way to create a 5 here. Yeah? So if that's a 5 here, and you need to go up 1 here, and 2 to the side, that has to be this. And this then, and here you have 1 up, right, fits perfectly, and 3 to the side. Here you go here. What else? Here we have 1 up and 2 to the right, that has to be this shape then. Here we have 2 up and 2 to the left, that must be this. And we can't extend here, because we wouldn't be able to reach this. We have to extend there, right? And then you can see that it fits perfectly with this also, 2 to the bottom. And here we have this then. Here we need this, here we need this. Here we need this and this and this. I'm not explaining this because this is all about finding the shape and not about positioning them. Once you find the shape, the positioning is really secondary. And then the final 5 is down here. There. Oh yeah, this one, Solitude, which means we can already draw some connections here. Like always from these copy spots to the next thing, so we need this at least. Let's see, we need this and this. And we need this also. So that's the maximum I can extend here. So we need this one also. And then it has to extend here or here. Didn't show that, but like obviously I can't do that because I'm losing this tile or that, right? So this has to be here or here, okay? That's why I drew these borders already. So this one is a 4 here, like this. Yeah, I also, that's why I can't extend this here, right? I can't, no, actually I could put a T also. Never thought about that. I can't do a T there. Yeah. That's why this has to be a 3. Okay, so we have this connection also. I can't extend that here because that's not possible here to be copied. So those are ready. Then we have 3 here and 2 above, yeah. What else? This here and this. At least this I do need. Here we need these. There's no way I can copy this, so the delta should be irrelevant here, right? Yeah. We need at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I need this one for sure. Yeah, and this one is like that. Here we need 5 to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can only go in there, because otherwise I would cut this off, right? So we have this border here, and then we have exactly 6 above here, like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to add this one. Here I need 4 to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which means this one has to go to the right, and here we need 2 more, like this then. Now it's time to look at this here. This is a bit more difficult, but we can do this already. Here this Gemini sign, like, I mean, that's really not an option. Like, it's, you tend to overthink this stuff. There's no way you can copy this, like, especially with this part here. You would have to find something like to attach the other part, like copy it, right? It could only be this, but then you don't have to, like you could extend here sort of, but there's no way to copy this into this direction. And in this direction it would be potentially possible if you could extend it around the corner here for 1 or something and then go like this, but you can't get it in there. You could think of this then, but then like you would need something going here to go in there, right? It doesn't work. Yeah, you can't use that from up there. Which means the only symbol that is available as a copy for the Gemini is this one. Those are the only 3 symbols, or those are the 3 symbols sort of locking the exits to this Gemini sign, right? So you need this here and this there. This one has to be extended here also, yeah? And then there's only one way you can add these 5 tiles to this one here. It can only be this. And it means you need to add this sort of base tiles here, right? And that's it. Yeah. It has to be done like this. There is no other way, because the 3 is really restricted in its move, and this one in its positioning, and this one too. So now it's time to look at how to put this tile in there. Yeah, there's this region, copy it sort of, right? And it has to include a symbol, yeah? And that's why this was important, because that restricts how you can put it in there. You could think about doing this here actually, but that doesn't work with the 0. Also, you wouldn't be able... Actually, you could easily copy it, right? That's the first time I noticed it, like when I practiced this, that you would be able to do that, but it doesn't work because of the 0. So you'll have to include this symbol, because here you have 4 in this way and 4 in this way, and you will always be left of this symbol if you include that, yeah, because of 4, like the outer box of this one is 4 by 4. So I'll just cut it short. It's turning it around a bit, but the only way to do it is like this. That means the rest here is included by the 4. There is a delta sign, that is no problem. Then you have this 6 tile shape here that you can easily copy. You only have to extend the 6 to the bottom and the 1 also to the bottom. And then I made a mistake somewhere, apparently. Or I didn't draw a border somewhere. Where did I make a mistake? 5, 5, 5. I probably copied something. Sometimes I'm just mixing up the delta sign. Yeah, this one here. The delta sign. But wait, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is correct here. I can't extend this, like this can't be the same. So how do I change that now? I need to extend this there, yeah. Sometimes I'm just like the delta and it's too fast and I'm just going over it and don't see that I copy something where I'm supposed to not copy something. But I'm happy I found it. So I think there's only 2 puzzles left, one 6 and one 7. That here is the 6. Here we can start with this sign here. That can only be completed like that, obviously, right? And again, I'm gonna drink something. Okay, I'm back. So the main thing, or actually we can look at this one already. We can draw this one with these tiles, 1 to the left and 1 to the right. You can only go in the center down, right? So this is already possible to see. The main thing is the 2 to the bottom here. That's how you unlock this puzzle, sort of, because you can't do that here, right? You have 2 to the right only, which means you can get maximum 1 here on this side. And that means that the other 1 to the bottom has to be here. Here or here, yeah? If you did that here, you would be able to complete this one. Even if you went over there, still no go for 2 to the left, yeah? And it obviously doesn't make any sense to do that here, right? So, like this, like yes, you could do it, but that doesn't make any sense. It is here somewhere, yeah? And it also is pretty likely that you don't do this, because here, not likely, it's like impossible to complete the 3 here. You can't go there and complete 2 and 3 at the same time, right? So you will have to go up here and find a way to squeeze these in here, because there is some kind of problem. The one, like once you have this region going around here in these tiles, this symbol can only be completed like that. Yeah, let's lock that in. Or actually, let's not do that yet, because maybe you need to change something here, yeah? So then you need 2 to the top. That would be these here. And 2 to the left here. That fits, but then you have 1 to the left only, and 1 to the right here. Which means the remainder would have to be here somewhere. Could be here. could be here also, 2 to the bottom. You have to go through this, right? And you also can't do anything like that here, right? Why actually? Why can't you do that again? Why can't you do that? Ah, no, I need 2 to the top actually. Yeah, that's why. Man. so beside me. Yeah, so you would have to go through this here. You could do this. You could also do this basically, right? No, 2 to the left, but here you see the problem already with the 2 to the left, right? So let's put in this first. And let's see, you would need 2 to the left like that. And here you need 2 to the right. That can only be gotten here because you have this here, which means this has to be this and this. And then you simply need to complete this here and that here. Yeah. And here, since you have this one sticking in here, this kind of shape is only, like you can only complete this in one fashion now. I think there was another puzzle with all the 4 possibilities to create this, but the main thing is that you can extend the tools all the way, right? Or if you can't extend them, you have to do this. As I did there on one side, you can do that on both sides, and that fits. Now let's see let's look at the sizes. We have 3, we have 4, we have 5, we have 6, we have 7 here, and we have 8, and this is even better, even bigger. So that is perfect the way it is. We have a 4 here that is separated from this 4 by many other regions. So that should fit. Those can't be extended anymore also, yeah. So let's look at the 2 here. This has to move out. We also still need, like here, you can see we only went 1 down, so we need to add 1 here. That's perfect with the 2, right? And like we didn't have the chance, like I should have shown this. If you went down there, like if you had added this tile here at the bottom, this one would have had to move 1 down there, and you wouldn't be able to get 2 to the top. Yeah, 2 to the top here with 1 from there. That's the only way that works. Okay, here you can see already we have the 2 to the top, bottom here now, and this would be complete like this. I can't add anything anywhere here, right? To the no, I can't add anything. This is complete like this, which means I need this one to the top. That means I have 2 to the left already. I can draw this border, and then I need 2 to the bottom. I could do that like this or like that, but obviously I need 2 to the top here, so I have to do it like this here. But I don't know where to put the one to the top. That could be here or there. It's unclear actually. So let's see, we need 2 to the left like this, and 2 to the right would be possible, or to the bottom would be possible like this. But if we look here, we have 6, and this is also 6. So this one can't be changed. You can't add anything anywhere, you can't take anything away. You see how tight this is here. Once you start like moving one part, the whole shape falls apart, right? So you have to find something else here. And like, I mean, if you can't have 2 to the right like this, you just have to put it to the other side. It's difficult. It was difficult for me to find this, but yeah, well, it's actually right there. So here we have 3 to the bottom, 3 to the left can only be this. We have 2 to the top only. What would this be if we did it like this? Would this work? This would work, right? 3, 3, 3, 2. That's 8. We have 15 here and 7 here. And that's why that doesn't work, because here we need to add 1 and 8 is not allowed. 8 and 8 touching. Yeah. So let's do the other thing like this. Now we have 8, and that's why this one also doesn't work, right? Has to be like this. Okay, and the difficulty 7. Oh yeah. It drove me so damn crazy, this puzzle, when I solved it the first time, and now I understand it. I think when I first approached it, I was so focused on these compass symbols that I didn't pay attention to the size separation, which is also quite important in this puzzle, I gotta say. Anyhow, now I know a path through this puzzle, a logical path, and it starts here. You have 2 ways to complete this symbol, right? either like this, 2 and 3, or the alternative would be to wrap it around here, right? 2 and 3. But if you look at the size now here, the problem is you have 5 here, and there is no other way than to complete this with a 5, either like this, or like that, or like this even, or like that, doesn't matter. It's all 5, because you can't use the 1 separately here to the bottom, once you cut it off, right? I think that's the main entrance into this puzzle, to show that you have to do this here, and that you need to go down here now. No, actually you can't now, because if you do this, then you need to add 4, and whichever way you add them, you end up with a 6 like this one. Means you need a border here now, and you need to add the 1 somewhere here. Now, would this be possible? While technically you could put the 1 here, the 1 and the 2 would be completely unsolvable now. You can't go down here, you can't go down here, you can't go through the symbol, yeah? That means you can't use the 1 here somehow, yeah? You need to extend this 1 into that direction, which means you need the 1 of the 4 here. That's the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We can draw this border, but how to extend this is unclear, yeah? Because here you could go there and there, potentially, yeah? Or you could go there and there. That's unclear. However, you do know that even if you go, like, it doesn't even matter, you need to go 1 down here, yeah? You can do this or this and that. Those are the 2 options. But you need this tile here, which is a problem for this one. Let's also draw these borders, by the way. But there's only 1 tile that's left where this one can be completed. And I'm guessing you're seeing it already. It has to move all the way here. And given that we have solitude, it has to move along the edge, right? So we need a border here. And now we have a problem with this one. We have to move out of here, which creates a problem with this one. Yeah? And in order to solve this now, like this one has to move here now, and then probably move here, but in order to be sure of this, let's look at these 2 tiles here, right? This one needs 3 to the left, but this one needs 2 to the top. So at least something like this, right? And that shows you that for the 3, you can have maximum 1 here, and for the rest you have to move down, yeah? You could get 1 here, but you need 2 to the top here, so that can only be these 2, and the 3 has to move apart, and now it becomes apparent that you have to move this for the 2 to the top, and the 3 has to move all the way down here. And that's why it wasn't possible to do anything like this here, yeah? Because you can't complete the 2 and the 3 like this, okay? Just to make sure that was understood. That's why the 2 has to be here. And you can't extend it here also. The 3 has to go all the way here at least. You have the 1 complete to the bottom here at least. Wait, this one also can't be completed, connected. But you could potentially connect this or drag this down here furthermore, right? Because it's unclear how to complete this here at the top. So for the next things, let's look at the 2 here. This have to be these 2, right? There's no other way, which means this has to move here for 1 at least. So this 3 here, you will have a region of 4, right? Either like this or like that. Which first of all means that this one can't stay 3. And I think we have to look at this now. The 5 has to move down here, right? Which means the 1 also has to move down here. It can't do that here, right? So that means the 3 has to move down here and go for 3. That's 3 to the bottom, right? Could also do this, but then this 3 couldn't be completed, so we have this. So now we have a problem. We have 2 4s right next to each other. This one I can't extend anymore. That one is ready, so I have to extend this one. I can't do that here anymore. because at the bottom I'm complete here. Also can't extend it here, so the only thing left is there. Okay, so now I have 5, 4. The 4 means that I can't extend this here because 4 and 4. So this is a 3, and I need this tile in here. Yeah. What else? We have 8 and 9 here. The 9 here tells me wait, but I could do this potentially, right? Why can't I do that? I think it has to do with these two. Yeah. One of them has to change. But which one? But I must... There's nothing that I don't have, no information I don't have yet. Not to solve this. Let me see. These two are the same. One of them to change, but basically I could do this here. This stays 8, then I have 2 here and extend that there, right? If I do it the other way around, 8 and 8. Oh, let me see. This is not so easy. No, I think I have to see it in order to understand why it doesn't work. What if I do this here? I can't do 3 and 3 right next to each other. And once I do this, yeah, I can only do this, so I can't extend this one up here. I have this complete, which means, yeah, I can't go up here also. Like, I need this here. And then this is complete like this, 2, 3. Which means the 2, 8. Why can this not be a 5 like this? Then I make a 9 out of this. And this here. Why doesn't this work? 10, 5, 2, 2. That's more than 2 by far. Oh, I think that's it. Actually, I need to... Yeah, I'm much too early. You can't solve this yet. That's actually it. Like, this is correct here, like, because of the 3 and 3. And you also can't move up here, because you will create 2 3s right next to each other. So this must be correct. I'm sure of that. I think we need to know about the 5, how long the 5 is, so that we know what we need here. So let's look at the 5. The 5 has to go here and then there. So indeed this is also a section of 5. Then here we need to go 1 down. Can't do that here, because the 2 wouldn't be completable with the 4 here, right? So the 1 should be here, like this, which means we need 2 going down. This here shows that we needed to go to the left, that the 2 and the 1 must be completed like this here. Can draw these borders. We can draw this border here. Yeah. And now we can see that the 4 to the bottom is this here. 3 we have, we need 1 more. Could be this one, could be this one. Now given that the 4 only reaches here, like it can only be this one, there's no other region that can touch this with a border here now. But the 2 can't move on here. And this could be both here, so let's see about the 5 again. And the 2 is also complete here, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be here. We would have to add this, right, to keep it in. And this can't extend anymore, so that's an 8. So that's why this region has to be more than 8. Yeah, that's it. So here we need 3. That's complete like this. And then we need 2 like this. That's a 4. We have a 2 here. 8. 9. 8. Is there another 8 here around that somewhere? Oops. I can't make this a 9. Yeah. If I did this, I would have 2 regions of 9. Yeah. So this is the 5 and the 8 here. And then this one has to expand here. And the only question is, what to take here. If I did this, this would become 5. I have 4 here. 3 and 8. That looks okay. It should be possible, right? Wait, what do we have here around this one? Around this one. There's a 3, there's an 8, an 8 and a 3. So there's nothing preventing this from doing that, right? 7, 5, no. There must be something. What about this one? This is 7. Would be the same as this one. But I could extend it here. That would be 8. No, it's touching this 8. That's not possible. Not both. You can't have both. And if you're 7, you're close to this one. Yeah, so you can't have this one here. Because once you add these 2 tiles to the 4, you have a 7 like this one, and you would have to extend it. Then it's an 8, so you can't have that. That means you need this here. And now you have 5, and this one is also 5. And that's why you need to extend this one here. It's a very nice puzzle. Very, very well constructed, and very obscure in the beginning. Like, to see what, like, everything is open, and it's difficult to find these little details where you see, oh, well, this can only go this one way, and then it has to go this way. But it's a very good puzzle in that way, right? Okay. We are moving on to the Spiral Island and have 4 difficulty 5 puzzles, first of all. I think the first one is here. There's one. So we have Boxy here, and the inequality stuff. So we have 1 here. We have borders here, borders here. Okay, we have a border here. Oops, a border here also. This here, this tile can only be 2, either like this or like that. Can't be 4, so this has to be a 1. Let's move around the thing here. Oh, we also have a border here. Here again, we only have 2 like this or like that, which means here also has to be 1. Let's fill these in, which means we need a combined one here because of the existing border. Is there something here? No, there was something else. We need this here for sure. Wait, there was something here. No, that's not it yet. 2. We also have 2 and 2 here. This one can't be bigger than 2, right? It can't be 4. So this has to be a separate 2 here. Which means this one has to be combined, and we have here a border. Oh, come on. Like this. Yeah. And here we need 4 then, actually. No, wait, actually. Did I make a mistake there? Yeah, I made a mistake there, sorry. This could be 2 or 1. Like, if this is 4, then it could be 2, but it can be also 2 only and 1. Sorry, my bad. That's not correct what I just did there. But there is much more here. This one can be 2. No, this one here. You can only have 2 here or here. So this has to be 1. Which means you have this border also and 2 here now. There was something here somehow with the 3s. And bigger that didn't work with the bigger and smaller stuff. Sorry. Where was it here? 2, 2. you can't have a 4 here, right? That's pretty obvious because of this. It means you need this border here. This one then is a 2. And this is also a 2. Which means here you could still have 1 or 1 and 1. Here you could have 2 and 1, 1. Or 2 like this and 1 there and 1 there. One of these is 2, the other one is 1 and 1. Ah, come on. Like when I solved this the last time, I really just like breezed through it. But there's something I don't see now. Some kind of connection here with the things. Don't remember. This could be 1. I think it was something here actually. No, but here everything is possible. 2 like this with 1, 1. Or even 2. And the 4. Damn it, where is it? Ah! That's the thing I'm overlooking. I need this here. Okay. That is what I was overlooking. Yeah, that means I need this connection here. And once I have this connection, what does that tell me? Does it tell me anything? It doesn't tell me anything actually. That's 2 still and 2 here. We know that we have 1 here in fact. Because of 2 like this or 2 like that. Yeah, actually we know that, right? Which means we have 2 here and a border here and 2 here. Which means we have this here and this here. Oh yeah, there's quite a lot actually that I overlooked. This is a 2 then. This could be 1 and 1 still. But we have 2 here. Which means this has to be 4. Is that correct? I'm not sure this is correct. I remember this one being all complete, but apparently not. Yeah, it doesn't work. Damn it. Oh man, where did I make a mistake? Let's go back here. I think it must have been somewhere here. I don't remember ever making this deduction there. Maybe I already have another mistake somewhere, but this here is correct. And where is this border from? Why is there... oh yeah, because I have 2 only maximum here. So that's 1 and 1, and I need this one. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I can have 2 and 2, obviously. Yeah, that's why this deduction was not correct here. And yeah, the thing is... 3... Oh yeah, I have this border now. Man, why do I always overlook these borders that I draw? I always overlook them. This one I can't even make for sure. This may still be separated. But I needed this. Okay. So, what else is there? Is there anything else I overlooked? No. Can I have 2 like this? Can even have 4, 4, 4. But like... if I have 2 like this, no. It doesn't work. Damn it. This is taking too long now. Already. But, what the heck. There was something with these 2 and the 3s. Yes, obviously, yeah, I can't have this here. Because then I would need a border like this and I would have a 1 here, which doesn't work. Yeah, I need at least 2. You can't have this border here. That was it. You need this here. At least. It could be a 4 also. Doesn't matter. So I can't combine this. But you need this border here. that's the main part, which means here you need 2 in order to be bigger than the 1 here. 1, and here you have 2, that means you have to combine this one, yeah, and this one is 2 only, because the existing border there already, which means here we have 2 like this, and 1 there, which in turn means that you have here the separation like this, and another 2 there. So now we can solve the rest of this puzzle. This must be a full-on border, and here we need 2 at least, so we need those. This is 1 now and 1. Here we need 2. This is 1 and 1. We need this border here also, so we have 2 like this. And there we need it to be bigger than 1 with another 2. Sorry that this took a bit longer, but yeah, it happens. It's not always as simple as you wish it would be. How many 5s do we have here? 4. There's another one. Yes, let's start with this symbol here. We have loopy. But the main thing for the time being is the row symbols. Like, it's pretty obvious that you can't do anything like that, right? Because you can't cut off any symbol, any region with symbols. So, given that you have, there is no way you can get any red symbols in there once you do this here, yeah? And since you need 8 up there, this is a total of, you have a total of, what is it, 12? You can only take 4 away from them. It would be those, and the rest you would have to take. So, that's not an option, yeah? You have to move along the edge. That's the whole point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's that, yeah? To the left you can only go 2. That's these. So you need violet. That's here. And now you have 8 to the top and 2 to the left. You could potentially go to the other side here, like inside into this area, right? But that's unclear. If you have to, you can draw these borders, yeah? There's no other way to solve this. Because also you can't reach this, like, it's only this one. You could think about getting this one from here, but that's too far out, and you can't get it from here because you would have to go through this yellow symbol here, right? And the same is true here. For these symbols, you would always have to go through another symbol that you already have. So this one has to be part of this region. And you can do the same game here. 2 to the top can only be these 2. And then 8 has to be here, plus one of these 2 yellow signs, but it's unclear which one. So we can draw this border here. And since you have to move up here, and we have the loopy, it's easy to forget. You can draw these borders already here, everywhere, right? Yeah. So here we have 2 and 2. And it means you have 2 items already. And you need yellow, blue, and green. Blue and green can only be here, right? Because, like, I mean, green, yes. You can't get that anywhere else. You could get yellow here also, right? And blue there. Can't get blue here somewhere. Could think about getting blue there. But look at what you're creating here already. A loopy situation, right? So, as soon as you get this, you will have to go there. So it doesn't work, actually. You can't get green here. You can get green here, but you can't get yellow here. Yeah. And the same is true here. You can't go over this because you would have to include this one then because of loopy. That's why this has to be this region here. So let's do it with the last one also. 8 plus 1. Pretty obvious, I gotta say. 8 plus 1. But you already have red. You can't have red, you need yellow. That's 1 and this yellow one. Yeah. No other way to do this. This, however, could extend here further. But look, I mean, it has this perfect thing here. And once it goes around, it would have to go all the way. But you already have violet here. So that doesn't fly. This has to be a shape like that. We can always erase the borders if we need to. So let's look at this here. we have violet, we have red, we have blue. We need green and yellow, yeah. Since we moved over this border here, we have to move all along this way here, right? And now we can't go there because then we would have to go here also. So we need these borders here. We also can't go here because there's red again and blue. That means we need this border here. And it goes here. And for yellow then I have to move over this border here. Which means here there is a corner sort of that I have to fill out. And then I can't, I can't move here, right? Because I would create a loopy situation. I have to end this here, this region. And there is no loopy problem with it. This one is also complete. So I need a border here, which means that this region has to extend into this tile, and then we have violet, blue, potentially this yellow here, but you can see here already that here I need to move out of this, right? So this border region here needs to include this yellow symbol and is complete like this. And since the yellow can't extend here anymore, let's combine these here. And we need green and red. It's perfect, right? Then we have yellow, violet. We need to include blue here. And we need to include green here. We need to go along the entire border. We can't take yellow and blue again. But blue has to be a separate region then with over the entire border because of loopy. And we need red. Can only be done like this. And here we have one border already. And the last border, and everything else is completed already. Okay. I always have difficulties finding the difficulty 5 puzzles here. How many do I have? I have 40. I need 42. 2 more. Where are they? What is this here? There's something. This there. That's a 7, damn it. And a 5, yeah, very good. Yeah. This one, well, first of all, we have a loopy, yeah, and the size separation. Let's look at the loopy. For the loopy reason, you need these 3 tiles at least top on the 5, right? And then it's pretty obvious that you can't go here because you will create a loopy problem there. So these have to be the 5 here. You could, however, move around this here and go there if necessary, yeah. But like this, it would basically work, right? If you have borders like here, yeah, okay. So let's leave that like this for the time being and focus on the 5 here, the 5 to the left. I mean, yes, you have 3 here that you could use, but like, I mean, it's pretty obvious that these are 5 that you sort of can and should use. And as I said before, it's like these puzzles are to some extent like just filling in stuff and seeing how it works if you have to adjust it to some extent. And sometimes you only see the contradictions by filling in the stuff and then seeing where you have to move it, because I always tend to overthink these things in advance, front load the thinking and not trying out stuff. Anyway, the main thing to focus on here is the 3, I think. Because the 3 like can't do that simply, right? Because you always have a T. Also, if you go here, you have a T problem, right? So one option would be to deal with it to go around the corner here, right? But then you would need this here, and you would barely be able to complete the 5 without creating another T problem here, right? You also can't go all the way here because the 4 is cut off, so it doesn't make any sense really. Like, and even if you do it the other way around, yeah, could add 5 here somewhere. You have sort of the same problem with the 5, right? Because like this would have to go now. Like, yes, you... Oh, come on. No, let's make this a different color. You could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have the T problem here now. And if you go there, then you have the problem with the 3 again, that you can't extend it. Yeah, it's whichever way you turn, like it's always something in the way. So the way I solved this finally was by just doing the most natural thing to go to the 3s here. Like just not go in there at all, because like these corners create problems to no extent, yeah. To not to no extent, to the biggest extent. Let's put it like this here. And if you do that, first of all, you have these borders here, right? But then you have a border here. So how does that work? Like here, but you need 5 to the top, yeah. So that actually fits perfectly, right? Once you do this, then you have a border here, and you can go here with the border. Here you have borders, and like this, yeah. And here we need 5 to the top. You have 2 already. Again, that's a perfect fit, which is always a good sign with these puzzles that that is correct, yeah. That means you have border here and here also. Now the 4 to the bottom can't combine this, because here I need much more than like 4. Like, yes, I could try and do this up there. Would that be possible even? No, the 3 to the left wouldn't be possible with this one, because I couldn't go into this here. And like if I do this, I already have 2. I would need at least 1 more here, and then like I can't do anything else here, right? It's not possible to combine them, yeah. So what to do? You have 1 to this side here. The 3 has to extend here to this side first of all. I guess it could go down there, but eventually you would need 3 up again, right? So you have 3 here, which means the 4 can only add 1 to the left side, and then it needs at least 2 more to the right side, okay? And now if you focus on this one here, you see that this is a perfect fit again. You have 3 to the left, and it's much more likely than doing something like this here, yeah? Especially given that we have these borders there now, you would have to do this, which would be 4 by now already. It's much more likely to do this. You have 3 to the left, which means the 4 to the bottom would have to be completed like this, okay? Draw these borders, because you can't extend it to the bottom and to the left anymore here, which means you need another border there. Now, if you look at the 3 to the right, you have this long line here, this long border, and again, it's a perfect fit with the 3 to the right. And here you have this, like already the 3 is looking over this corner, so you have to go in there. And you can't add, no, you could add actually something here, couldn't you? I think actually this can only be answered, this question, at the end. It must have something to do with the size. 8 and 7, but that looks perfect. How much does this have? 9. But this would take all of this here also. Interesting. Why doesn't this work? This is 8. Ah, that's why. Yeah. This would be 8 and 8. Interesting. Man, these puzzles are so well constructed. I never checked that before. So yeah, you have one big section here of 24, 7, and here you also have 7, which is not good. Which means that this should be extended, and has to be extended. I didn't notice that here you have this going over the corner, right? So you have to go all the way here, and now you're in this land, so you have to go here, right? And these borders are definitely necessary. So how to complete the 4 and the 4? You need 4 to the left, first of all, and like, given that you are restricted to the top, the maximum you can reach to the top is here, right? Because you have 1 here to get out, sort of, or like this is also 4, yeah? Doesn't matter which way you go, okay? But you can't end here, because like you would have to go around this corner once you overstep this corner, right? So you can only reach up here maximum, which means 4 to the left means you need this one here. That's a border then. And then you can only complete this whole shape like this, right? 4 to the top like this here. And again, that's a very good fit. You only need a border here. And then we simply need to ask how to complete the rest here. Yeah. Like here we can't have a border, right? This would be 2 borders. So we need this shape for sure, and this one. But how to complete this one here? And I think this can only be answered by looking at what exactly? Yeah, I can't have a new shape here. I need to drag this all the way over, or this is 7, this is 5, this is 8. This is 7 here. I can't have 7 twice. That is the thing that needs to be answered. So I need to extend this. I can't do that here. And I can only do that like this. With the final region there and there. Yeah. So there's one more 5 hidden somewhere. I know that there is a 7 and a 6. And that's a 6 here, right? 7, 7, 6. Damn it, where are those puzzles? Like, wait, what is... No, I just checked this. I think I'll have to switch on the extensive glow here. And I played through the... Ah, there it is. Here, at the bottom. Man, behind this tree. There. There it is. Oh yeah, this is a nice puzzle also. The point to start this is here, because here you have a difference of 5, right? So the minimum you can have for the high part of that is a 6, right? Let's write that in. Here it has to be on this side, right? 6. I'm gonna write plus from now on, if it can be higher also, yeah. So can you have even more than, like, if you go here, first of all, like, can you go here, first of all, with a 6? Let's check that. You would need 3 here at least. But then you have 3 here. That doesn't work, like, because then you would have 2 and 1 here. 1 is not bigger than 6 or more. So you would need a 9 in here. Can you get a 9 in here, actually? Is that possible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, it is possible. Wow, interesting. Let's see why that doesn't work. Yeah, because you have a 5 difference here. Can't have 3 and 5 difference at the same time. So that shows you that you have to move up here. And once you move up here, the maximum you can have is a 6, in fact, right? You can't extend this shape any further, so we can lock this in. And we can put 1 in there. Here is anything between 1 and 6. But we can move on here now. We have a 3 here. Let's write that in. 3 because I can't complete it. That means here I need a 5. And here I need a 4. Okay, 5 can't go there because then I wouldn't be able to complete it, right? So I have to go there, and the 4 then has to be in here. 5 is bigger than 4 also. It has to go there and there finally, which means here, let's write that in already. I need something smaller then, and here 5, so this is 4 and this is 3. Yeah? This needs to be, like, in 2 steps I need to be able to get to 5. That's why I need 3 and 4, right? Wait, the 3 is completed, like, both ways possible. The 4 can't go here, because again, I'm cutting the 4 off from completion. So I have to do this, which doesn't work. Perfect. What's going on? What is wrong here? I need a 1 there. That's wrong. Yeah? The 3 has to be completed like this. 4 is completed like this. And then we have a difference of 3 here. That can't be 1. That has to be a 7 then, actually. We have a 7 here. And then here anything between 7 and 4. Yeah. So let's see how far we get with the 7. We would have to start here earliest. So 1, 2, 3... Can't go in there again because I can't complete it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And can I extend it there also? Potentially that would be possible. Could also start here. That's 6. So let's see. Let's leave it like this for the time being. But here I need a 2 for sure, right? Because I need to be bigger than 1. And 2 and 5 equals 7. 2 and 5 have a difference of 7, right? That's perfect. Here I need something bigger than 2. And here I need something smaller, but here bigger 3. How does that work here? Here we have a 3 step. And that's exactly like, if I, here's the lower part, right, and here's the higher part, a difference of 3. Meaning that this could be a 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, 4, 3. And the biggest thing I can draw here, I can't have the 7 here. That doesn't work. Then I would need an 8 here or something in this thing here, which is not possible. Like, well, it could be possible. 8 would be bigger than 7, but I would need a 5 here, right? Well, I never thought about this. Why didn't I never think about this, that I can just have 1 there and put the 7 here. 6, 5, just a second. Ah, no, I thought I have to sneeze. Can I have a 6 here and a 5 here? No, that's not possible. The 6 will have to go here, at least on this side of the 3, and then I would need a 3 in here. 5, 3, and 6 in these 3 tiles is not possible. No, it's not possible. Let's just do this now. And then here I said, like, this can be a 4, this can be 3, 2, 1, and in fact the maximum I can have in this tile here is 3, yeah? So this is 1, this is 2. Actually, this is how you could show that 7 is not possible. No, because you don't need, you could have more than there as a 1, but that doesn't matter now. Here you also have 1. Here we need a 4, which can only come from here, which means this is a single one, but the 4 is a T-shape either in this direction or in this direction, okay? What else? Here you have a difference of 1, that's a 2. Which means this is 3 plus and this is 4 plus. And it has to be 4 because of the 1 here, the difference of 3, right? So, oops, no, that's not correct. So you need at least these 3, which could have 1 tile here on its own. Extend the 4 like this or like that. That's both possible for the time being. But here you need a 3 then, right? 1, 2, 3. No other way than that. Which means the 2 here is completed like that. And the 4 is completed like this here. And here now you need something smaller than 3, so you need the 4 completed like this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here you need 2 and 1, right? 3, 2, 1. Always smaller. And here you have a difference of 1 and a step of 3. That has to be a 4 then. Like this. Now how to complete this? If you did this here, you would need something bigger than 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4 is all you have left. You also have to extend the 3 by now, right? Still, right? So that's not possible. So, like this is also not possible. You're cutting off the 3, so this is the only way. The 3 then has to go here. 3 is bigger than 2, is bigger than 1. You need 2 here. And that completes the puzzle, yeah. Very good. So, we are in to 42, yes, and there are 3 difficulty 6 puzzles. One was here, right? Was it this one? Yeah. Oh yeah, this one. I was staring, like writing all the possible numbers in here and like also here and stuff. Well, it's all unnecessary. Like it's sort of a TMI puzzle also. It's much better to look at the range and these corners here, right? You need 3, so like you also need stuff moving out of here, yeah. And you can't have anything like this here. You can't leave that tile alone. So you need these 3 connected in any way, okay? So if you look at this one here, you need something bigger than this. So this can't be 3 because 3 is not bigger than any other available area. This has to be a 4 then. And this has to be a 3. Yeah. This one also, no, this could be a, if it's a 4, this has to be a 6 in fact. Let's write this in, 6, and this is a 3, okay? If this is a 3, this one has to be a 5. Yeah. The 6 here can't go up there because here you can see that you need something smaller. The 6 has to be smaller than another number, but nothing bigger than 6 exists. So you can draw the border here. Now we can see the 3 has to extend there. And the 6 must go here because we don't have a region of 1. And we have 2 left. It can only be these 2 because we can't be on both sides of the same border, right? So now, what does that tell us? First of all, you can take the 6 away here and the 3. That tells us that here we need a 4. And here we also need a 4, right? Yes. And we can already complete the 4. It can only be like this. Here we need a 5 or a 6 then. Yeah? 5 or 6. And then how to complete the 5? I think for that we have to look here. Sorry. First of all, this is a 6, so this could be 5 or 4. Or this could be 3 or 4. Let's write this in, first of all. 3 or 4. Okay? So, because that can tell us maybe something for this here. For the 5 also. And here, this can be a 3. This is at least a 4, right? It could be a 5 also, or a 6. The main thing being, it can't be a 3. Okay? Because the 5 here has to move out here. And if this went in there, this would have to be a 3, right? But then this couldn't be bigger than anything else because 3 is the minimum we have here. So we need a border there and the 5 has to move up there. Now it can't go there because we don't have regions of 1. It has to go all the way up here. Okay? The 4 then has to move there. And this region here can't combine here. It has to go up there, being either a 3 or a 4. Okay, so we need this one. It could potentially extend here. It doesn't have to. Okay? So, but since we have a difference of 2, what can this here be? Yeah? The thing is that if this is 3, this would have to be a 5. Okay? So if this was a 5, let's say... can I go out here? Why can't I go out here? Then I need here at least a 4. This one can't be a 6. There's not enough space, right? So this would be a... like if this was a 4, this could... no, if this was a 3, that could be a 5 also. But again, there's not enough space. So what does that mean? That means that, like, I have to combine these two regions. There is no other way. Like, if I have maximum 4 here for this one, but I can't have a difference of 2, then this would have to be a 6, right? This has to be a 5, with this being 3, or it has to be a 6, with this being 4, right? Those are the only two options. But can I have 6 like this, actually? No, I can't have 6 here, because this has to be smaller also. Yeah, that's what I overlooked. So it can only be 5, in fact. Yeah? And in order to get to 5, you can't have the separation of these two shapes, yeah, of these two regions. And since you need both of them have to extend at least one out, the only way to connect it is like this, or like that. And like that doesn't work, because here you would need a 4 then, but 4 doesn't have a difference of 2, so it has to be this one. Yeah? Which in turn means that here the 3 is complete like that, and we can delete all of these here. Here we need a 6. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 is what we can already draw in with this border here. Oh no. Oh no, the border thing vanished again. That happens like every now and then here in this game. I don't know why. And it doesn't even change by going in and out again. It's gone for good. I just have to restart this. Let's see if it works with the main menu only. But I doubt it. Oh yes, it does. So I didn't have to exit. Okay, so I have this border here. What else? Here I have a 6 in here, right? Okay, I'm gonna write it in. 6 here. Oh yeah, all my things are gone. My writings are gone. This has to be a 5. This has to be a 4. And there was something here also, right? I need a 5 or a 6 here. But that's about it. Oh, here I also need a 4. No, wait. That's just bigger, so this can be anything basically except 6. Okay, we need a border here. That's 4. Could go there. Main thing is the 5 actually, because the 5 is not possible in here. Because then you would need something bigger here, that would be 6. And then you would need a difference of 2, that would be 4. No, wait, it's the other way around. 5 here, in the other way, sorry. Here, a difference of 2 can only be 3 in the range of 3 to 6, right? You can't have 7. So 3 is never bigger than anything else in a range from 3 to 6. That means the 5 cannot go there, it has to go here and extend all the way up there. So here, this is a 6, this has to be a 4 then, like this. And that means we need a 6 here. Let's delete this and just draw everything in here. 1, 2, 3, 4 at least, right? Here we need a 4 then. And what is this here? A difference of 2 must be 3. Here we need something bigger. It could be 4, right? No, it can't be, because 3 and 4 don't have a difference of 2. So we need a 5 in here. No, I don't need to write that in there, because the 6 also still has to extend, right? So the 5 must be completed like this. But this is where I need a 5 now. Yeah, fits with this sign. Could have it here also. Let's delete these here. So let's look at this here. The 4 can go maximum 1 there. If I would go there, I wouldn't be able to complete the 6, right? So it has to go up there. Yeah, no matter what. So now I have 5 tiles left here and I need to add 2 more. So I have to add these 2 tiles so that I still have a region, a connected region of 3 because of range 3, 2, and that can only be this here, with the 6 being completed like this and the 4 going in there. Now here I need a difference of 1, that would be a 5, and that fits perfectly with this. And then we still have a remaining region of 3. Yeah. So 6 number 1, is that a 6 also here? No, that's a 7. There is another 6 this here. Okay, let's put in this one here, and these borders. What else? There's something else here, isn't there? Not here. No, I think that's it. We have non-boxy, which first of all means that here I need to move out of these niches around the corner. Then here I can draw these borders, and we need to move out of here as well. Now the 3 tells me that I need a border there. Here again I need to move out of this niche, which means that I need a border there. This region is complete. And here I can't move up there because I can't be bigger and smaller than another number at the same time. So we have something coming here, right? And this will move either here or there, which means I need these 2 borders for sure. Which means I need something here. Oh yeah, I need this border also because of the 3, so these can't be completed. I need this to become non-boxy. And this region needs to move all this way to become non-boxy. Okay? Here I need a border now. So this region has to take this. Otherwise we would have a 1-tile region, which is automatically boxy, right? Oh wait, like this. Okay, I think that's it. Oh no, we can actually say here that... No, this doesn't necessarily have to move on. Let's look at the tilings now, like how much we have here. Wait, let me just drink something. I have such a fucking dry mouth. And I didn't even smoke any performance-enhancing drugs here. Damn it. So, where are we? There was something here. Look, we have 4 here. The minimum 4. This would be a minimum 5 then. Let's write that in because I think that helps. Then I'll figure it out again. Like this is a 5 plus here. Yeah? Because this is 4. Which means this has to be a 6 plus here. Which means this has to be a 7 plus. Okay? So we have to extend this shape at least by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Either there or there. We don't know where, but we know we have a border here. Oh yeah, and then we have a single tile there, so that has to be like this. Okay, and then this is actually complete. So this indeed is a 6. And this is a 5. This must be a 5. Yeah? And this can only be a 4 then. Okay, so the 5 is coming from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least. And then... Oh, this one also has to be a 5 here, right? 6, 5, 4. So if I do this, I already have 6, so that's not possible. This has to go here and here. We need to draw these borders, and then it has to extend either here or there. That's unclear, but let's write that in. A 5 here. Yeah. The 7 here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's everything for this side here. I'm not quite sure. I think there was something here also. What was it? 4 or 5. Ah, yeah. It's this here. This tile is particular. Because the thing is that this tile has to be like part of a non-boxy region, right? And it can't be here. Because again, we would have something bigger and smaller of the same region at the same time. That's not possible. So the minimum extent that this has to go is all the way up here. That's a 5 already, right? So that means that here we have a 6 plus. Yeah. And here we need a 7 plus even. Come on, make this a bit bigger. Oi, no, that's too big. Here in Europe you may know that we write these 7s with this little thing there, and the ones with this upswing like this, while you only write 7s like this, right? You write 7 like this, and 1 only like this, right? But yeah, I'm doing it the European way. That's how I've been taught in school. Sorry for that. So let's see. We have this here. We can't combine this because here we have 5 already. This can only be 5, so we need 5 like this here. And then the 7 has to spin all the way here. No, wait, this could be a 7 plus, so we can't draw this border there. Now let's take this away here and this here. And let's focus on the 7 plus first of all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we need something bigger than 7 plus. So that would be 8 plus. Right? That means we need a border here. 6 needs to move there. 8 needs to move here also. This can all not be connected, but this one has to be connected here in order to become non-boxy, right? The 6 goes here, and the 8. How to complete the 8 now? Let's see. I need something here else, right? Something else. Is it possible for the 6 to have a border there? That's the thing we need to ask ourselves. Then I would have to complete the 8. 1, 2, come on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Something like this would be possible, right? Is there anything speaking against that? I don't see it now. I could also do this now, right? No, there's some kind of something I'm overlooking again. Maybe I have to look at the other side first? I think I have to look at the other side first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is clear, yeah. But I'm not sure about the 8 now. I'm not seeing something. Doesn't matter now. Here we have 7 plus. That means here I need 8 plus. Like on the other side, 8 plus. And here I need something bigger. Wait, here... Again, I can only have this region coming out here or like here. That means I need these borders, right? Yeah, I can't go around this here. Yeah, that's true. I need these connections. That's what I've been missing. Yeah, because of the two, and I have the borders inside already. The borders fixed. Yeah, that's the thing. And that means... What does that mean, actually? That... Does it work like this now? Let's see. Yeah, but this would be 8, right? I can't have this one... Like, that's boxy. That's why this doesn't work, yeah. So... That's why, indeed, I can't have this here. I have to go in there with the 6. It's easy to overlook the boxy thing. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't combine this here, right? That's too much, so I need it like this here. But it could be more than 8, right? But the main thing is that here I need a 9 plus now. Yeah, oops. Well, I mean, I think you can still see what that means. So this has to be a 7 like this, indeed. And we can take these away here. So the 9 plus is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah? That's definitely bigger than anything here. And indeed, it's pretty obvious that the 8 here has to be built with these, given that the 5 has to extend here or here. If the 5 extended this way, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, with the boxy thing. The same thing that happened here. So we need to use it like this. That's 8, right? No, wait. Like this, 8 and 5. That can only be done like this. Which means... What does that mean? Here we... Wait, it's 8 plus, right? I could have more, actually. Could have more than the 8. But I needed to use these because here I would have 3 only. Wait, I could have done that also, right? 8. Oops. And then I would have 3 here. Why doesn't that work? 8, 7. I need something. This has to be bigger than this here. Oh, that can be a 3. No, it can't be a 3 because here I need to be bigger. So I definitely have to extend this here. And I also have to extend this here. Yeah? Yeah, I can't use this because this is definitely bigger than whatever I can create in there. So what I have to do is this here, actually. I'm creating a 9 like this, like originally I had the 8. I can add 1 now. Once I'm here, I'm losing 3 tiles. That's why I can only do this now. And 9 is bigger than 7, right? And here I have 10. I can add another one to complete this gap. 11 is bigger than 9. That fits perfectly. And once I'm drawing these borders, this one is added here automatically. I'm gonna add this now like this. Okay? Yeah. I am still at the 6s, right? That's the last 6 now. 45, yeah. Okay, let's start here and here with these borders also. That is the very obvious stuff, but there's some hidden stuff, especially here also. The 3, like you can only move this tile out of the region like this or like that, which means you definitely need these 2 borders here. The same can be said here for this one going here or one going there, which means you definitely need these borders. And here also, one going there, which means you need these borders here. Now on top of that, here you can see that this one can't move like here, because then you would end up with the region of 2, but we have range 3 to 7. Yeah? So the same is true on the other side. It's not allowed. That has to be a 3 with like two, like, or one or two threes moving out. One of them is extended here like this, but you need these at least, right? Let me take another zip here. The same can be said here. Either you have this, or you have this moving out with a border here. So these two must be in there. But you can't know anything about this here, because it would be here, and there you can move in any way. So the next thing to look at is, you need to move out here and here. Actually this, would it be possible for what this to be a border, actually? That's what we need to look at. Then if you went here with this one, you would have 4. A difference of 3 would be 7 only, right? And then you would have to move here. This would be a 7. Oh yeah, that would work, sort of, right? Or is there anything I'm missing now? Because I know that's not correct. 4 and 3 is 7. You would have to move here. And this would have to be a... Oh no, that would have to be a 3 then. Doesn't work. Yeah, I didn't look at the difference properly now. This would be 7, could only be -4, 3. That's not allowed. That's not possible. And that's why this one has to move down here, in fact. Yeah. You can draw this border. Now, can this be a 3? That would mean I need a 6 here. That would work like this, potentially, right? And I would need a 2 here. Looks good to me. I know it's wrong, but actually this would work, right? But anyway, this has to be moved up here. We can solve this question later if it's a 6 or a 7. In fact, if it's a 6, this would be a 2. I can't have a 2. This can't be 6. This can't be 6. It can only be 7 or 3. That's the thing. Man, all the stuff I'm overlooking here, yeah? This can only be 7 or 3 with a difference of 4, right? Because that's what we have. So there has to be a 7, and this then has to be a 4. Okay, yeah, let's write that in. Man, I'm getting tired. So, if this is a 4, this is a 3 here, right? Here we need 3 at least, like this. This also has to be 3 at least now. And then the next question is, wait, here we also need 3 at least. Put this in, yeah. How to complete this here? But first, actually, we can look at this here, that this is not possible. And that's easy to see, because then this would have to be a 4, and this would have to be a 7 here, right? According, like 4 difference 3 is only 7. And the 7 you couldn't complete with this one, because that's 4 and that's 8 already. So you would have to use this for 7, and then also these two for 7, but here you have a 0 difference, yeah? So this would be 7 and 4 at the same time. So that's why this doesn't work. You need a border here, which means this one extends down there. Okay? So now let's look if this is possible. Yeah? First of all, you can also say that 2 go out of this niche here, which will like be effective in a moment. Let's see, like here we have 4. That would only be +3, right? Range 3 to 7, that would be a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it could go both ways. Let's go here, 6, 7, right? But here you would need another 7. Yeah, that's for sure. Which means you would need these here, that's 6 and 7. Which on turn means that here would need a 5. Here you can only get a 4 like this or a 4 like this. Yeah? And a range of 2 isn't even allowed. Yeah. Even with this 4 you have a range of 2. There's no way to mediate this, because this also doesn't work, right? 0 and 2 difference at the same time. So none of this is possible. That is not possible. You can't go down there, it doesn't work. you have to move in here with this one, which means you have at least 5. So that would be, it doesn't work with 5 at all. Yeah, you can't add 3 to 5 and stay in the range of 3 to 7. So you need at least 6. Yeah. You could also have 7. If you have 6, you can't put that here. You need to put it here. Okay. And a difference of 6 to 3 is 3. If you were to do 7, you would need a difference of 3 as 4. And that doesn't work with the 0 again, so it has to be the 6. Yeah? And this is a 3, which means here you need a 6. Now, first of all, you can see that this here has to be a 4. Could be a 5, however. So let's see, we need 6 here, right? This is 6, is difference 0. 1, 2, and how to put in the 6. We have, how many do we have left here? We have 6 left, 4 of which have to go to this region here, right? And then we would have 1 or 2 left depending on what we're doing here. We could also do this. No, can we do this at all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that would actually work. So that's unclear. And I need to think first of all what this can be. I think we need to look at the other side for that of the board. Ah, wait, no. 5 and 6 is not possible. That's why this is not possible. Like, if I extend this to 5, I need a 7 or a 3 here. And that's totally impossible. This must be a 4. And it needs to be touched by the 6. That's the only way it makes sense. There's not enough space for another big region here. Even of 3. Like, as I just counted, we have 5 left, 3 of which we need for this. So we have 2 tiles left that can only be 1 here or 1 here. So we need at least 1 here. And then we have 3, and we could add it here or here. That's unclear. Yeah, where to put this. What the rest? This one has to go here, however, now. Yeah, actually, that with the counting makes sense. And then it has to go here, but then it could go here or here. Yes, that's correct. So, I think now we should look here. Yeah, because there's stuff here that I didn't write in before. We need a 5 here and a 4 here. Okay. And also here, I'm going to write both numbers in now. This is 4, that would be a 6 or a 7, which is right next to it. And this would be basically a 4 or a 5, right? And this would be a 5 or a 6. 5 and 6. Those are the options. Here I just don't know what it could be. So let's look how we can complete this. Maybe I'm also overlooking something else here, because I seem to remember that this could maybe be completed already, but I don't remember how. Let's look if we can have a 6 in here first of all. The 6 would have to move here. The 7 would at least require 2 tiles here, because you would need 1 then here and 1 there. So where would the 6 move? The 6 could move here also. It could move there and there. And difference of 2, this would be a 4. Then when we would have the 6 here, yeah, that works out very fine. But what to do with the 4 and the 5 in there? So there's definitely not enough space to create a 6 in here, in this region, together with 4s and 5s and stuff, yeah? So that means that this one has to be extended, and this one is extended here. We need to extend this also. So let's correct all this, what I wrote here, and write it properly. 7, 5, 5, and here we have 5 or 7. Okay. And this one could still extend, so we don't know. So, like for the same reason that like I wasn't able to write to complete a 6 here, I can't put a 7 in here, like next to this 7. Like another 7, that's not possible. That has to be one of the same, right? Now, where can I extend it? I need one more. Can I do this here? Basically, no. Because, first of all, this 5 can only go 1 here. There's a 4, right? So it has to move here. So we would have these two. I would have to extend it here. And then I couldn't complete the 5 anymore. Like here, because of this sign, I can't go down. Yeah. So that doesn't work. The same is true if I do this. Then I could take this 5. But again, like... it doesn't even matter because I need another region of 5 here and it doesn't work. Okay, so the 7 can only be completed like this, which means I have this here. And here I need a difference of 1. Can this be a 4? No, it can't be. But it could be... This could be the 5 potentially, yeah? Let's look at that. But we can't even put the 5 all here, yeah? We need something else in here. Can we do it like this? No. The thing to look at here is, let's see. Yeah, we do it like this here. To take this border, or actually take this border here. Yeah. We have 6 tiles left here. Yeah. And it shows you, like, even if I have 2 tiles here, I need 3 up here. And then I would have 3 for another region, right? But if I'm using this tile here, this tile, I can't make use of this tile for the 5, right? So I need 4 tiles up here and then 3 tiles for another region actually, yeah? And that only works if you add this one here. Now you have 3 tiles that you can put in here for the 2 of the Watchtower that you need, and then you can extend 4 more tiles to complete the 5. If you do this here, it doesn't work because you can't use this tile then to complete the 5, right? So, and it can only be done like this, 5 and 3 there. Yeah. So the 4 is coming from here. Here we have a difference of 1 now. 3 plus 1 is 4, like this. This one has to extend, which means the 4 has to move into this direction. And then we have 1, 2, 3. This can only be a 5. We don't have enough tiles because here we need the 4 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here we need a difference of 1. That must be a 4. And that's exactly, we need 2 here and 1 for this then. 1 here and 2 there. Okay, now to the final 3 puzzles in this video. Oh man, it's long already. About 3 hours. I thought about 3 to 4 hours. Let's see how long the 7s take here. Well, at least that's a puzzle I really like. These are my favorite puzzles, I gotta say. They're very defined in what they want to achieve, but let me make this a bit brighter than a dark blue. We can mark all the corners now, right? Let's also draw... Actually, that's a bit too dark for me. Let's use green here. Like this, yeah. Because then I can see the borders better. Like this and like that. So we need to form one coherent or connected shape of blue tiles now, right? And extend the green ones accordingly. So I can only have regions that are regions, no, like connections sort of that are 1 tile big. You can go around the corner, but you can never have anything like this here, right? So let's start with this one here. This one can't be green. If it was green, it would have to extend here and then either there or there, creating something forbidden. That means that has to be blue, like this. That in turn means I need green in these corners here. Like this, and we have the borders here. Same is true here. We need blue here with these borders, and then we need green in these parts here. Now, I think that's everything that you can see easily here. Is there something else? No, I don't think so. For the remainder, I have to go here. Yeah. And show you, like, because you have green here, yeah, you will definitely have to extend here and here. Not in green necessarily, but the thing is that if it's green, it comes from here, and then you can only extend, you can't extend there anymore, right? And the same is true if it comes from the other side. You need these two extensions, right? If it's blue, then it would have to come from here also, right? Or from here with the green. You can't have this because of these two blue symbols, yeah? You would cut green off, okay? That's why you need these connections here. Let's make this in a different color. Let's make this red. And it means you need something here also, yeah? And now you have exactly the same shape here as you have here, right? Which means you can do exactly the same here again. Let's mark this red and yellow, yeah? It's exactly the same. And here you have it again, right? So you have these combinations of tiles, like, mind you, the red here can be green and the red here can be blue. That is unclear. Yeah, but you have these separations. You can draw the borders already. That's what you can do here, yeah? These borders you can draw. And what that tells you is the following. Let me just get back to blue and green. That this tile here can't get out, like can't connect to the rest of the blue tiles like this. It has to move here, right? Let's just go back here. It has to move here. And then even if it goes there, it still can't connect because that's a dead end, which means it has to go here. Like you can see, it's two dead ends basically, right? For this tile with these borders here. So this has to be blue, okay? Wait, like this. And this then has to be green here. This can still be blue or green, that's unclear. But what else? We need a border here. This is blue like this. Or like that. No, it can't be blue like this, yeah? Because once you have this here, you can't have that combination of tiles, right? Because, again, this blue would have to connect to this blue somehow, and it would cut this red off from this green off from the other greens, right? So that's not possible, because you would have to connect blue like this, and you would create this shape here. So blue can only be completed like this here, with a border here, which means here you need green. And if you have green there, that means that you can't have green in here, yeah? Doesn't work from either side. This has to be blue, and green is going all around it. Which means here you have blue. That can't connect to the rest here. It has to go there also. It also can't connect to the rest here, right? So it will have to go here at least, which means this has to be green. Right? Isn't that correct? Yeah, I think that's correct. I don't remember this deduction, but that must be correct, yeah. But it's still unclear what this is. But that also shows you that whatever you do, this part here, this whole area of blue, can't connect to the rest like this, right? And it can't even go there, because then again I would have green here. So this must not go there, and the only way to connect to the rest of the hive, so to speak, is here then. And that also means, no, it doesn't mean that this has to be green, because like eventually we'll have to figure this out, which one is which here. But I'm not sure yet. We have that's for sure. Can this be? Oh, we have this border for a while already, so this has to be green, right? Yeah, we have green here. This can be blue. I don't know yet. No, I don't know. We have a border here, however. Yeah, so this has to be green. So this can't be green, right? If this is green, this cannot be green. Because if it was green, we would need blue here, and again we would have the impossible situation here. So this has to be blue, and this is all green here. Okay, what else? Here, again I would have a dead end for blue, so I need to move on there. Oh, here we have actually the same thing with red and blue, right? But I don't think it makes sense to no, let's do it. Let's put it in. Actually, there are more like this, but yeah, you have this here. Does that help with this thing? Yeah, actually, you can already say that this cannot be connected there, because if it's green, you would have a border where it's forbidden, and if it's blue, then it would be cut off by a green here entirely. So that's not possible. You can draw this border at least. And that means this cannot be blue. Like if it was blue, this was green, and blue would be totally cut off. Interesting. That's also the first time I'm making this conclusion, sort of. Let's go back to green and blue now. So you have blue here. And this also has to be blue then. Which means here you have green in there. And green here, sorry, green and green must be connected, right? Which means you have this border here. What else? This could be both ways here. You have green all the way around if that's blue. Can this be green at all? No, this can't be green anymore. Because you have green on both sides, you have a corner here. If this was green, you would still need blue here, and that's not possible to have blue here now. With this, the corners touching is not allowed in loopy and rose windows, yeah? Actually in rose windows. And these two Watchtower thingies, yeah? So this has to be blue, and we need green all the way around here. That means we have a border here for this symbol, and the blue one has to extend here, meaning we have green there also. And I'm hoping I'm not making any mistakes here. Otherwise it's going to take years, this video. Here we don't know. This could be blue still and green. That's unclear. Yeah, you can't see that yet. So what else do we have? This is blue. So I guess it's time to look at this here. No. I don't think. Actually, here it doesn't work. No, it doesn't work here. This we can draw. Like, if this is blue, because we have blue here, it would have to extend like this. Yeah? If it's not blue, then it would have to extend like this. So we know this for sure. And also this one. Yeah? I'm not sure this leads somewhere, but I'm putting it in anyway. And now, can this be... Can we see something with this already? Not sure. Here we also have this, basically. Like, I'm gonna put it in, but like it doesn't really lead anywhere. You also have this here, because either you have blue, like a different color than this going like this, or if it's connected like yeah, it's basically one and the same again. But actually this could be the same color here with this going all the way around. But if it's what you can see here is that if this was one color coming in from here, you would need, if this was green, green can't come in from here, but that doesn't tell you anything because then you would have this here. No, there's something else here. But it's not this yet. I wouldn't know how. And here, this is totally open, basically. If I have this, I would have blue all the way around. Does this somehow fit in with this? There's something here. Yellow, blue. And I almost don't have any water left in my bottle here. And I have 2 more puzzles to go. Damn it. It's gonna be a dry time. Green, blue, green. I have the border here. Why didn't I? Oh man. Like this. This has to be blue. Yeah. And that is important. Why? This could be green with blue going all the way around here. Or this could be blue with green going all the way around here. It still works. But this would be blue, green. I can't have green here actually. This has to be blue. If I had green here, how would I complete? I could only make this blue anymore. Like, does this have to be blue? No, it could be, but this has to be blue, right? It can't be green, like, because then this can't be completed. It could only be green, but that's not allowed here, right? So, yeah. This has to be blue, then this has to be connected. And no, we don't need that border there. It can still be blue connected here. Huh. This is green. There is more stuff to see here, to find. I'm sorry. I touched the microphone with my finger. Unwillingly, sort of. I thought this would have more, but it doesn't. Yellow, blue, blue, green, green, blue. If this is blue, then this is green. And if it's green, then yeah, this has to be green here, right? It's the same thing. If I have blue here, this has to be green. But if I have a border there, then this has to be green and green has to be here. So let's put that in here. No, wait, I don't need this border. But I need blue here at least. And now I know that blue has to move out here. No, actually it could be connected to this thing here. Damn it. This could be blue, right? I don't have to necessarily move out here. And like I could move through here with this one there. No, wait. Yeah, with this one there. Damn it. Really too difficult, this puzzle. No, it's not too difficult, it's fun. But like the thing is that I see these things and sometimes it takes me a bit longer. Again, I'm not memorizing the things like these basic steps, yes, but the little detail steps, I don't memorize them really. It's not that I'm writing this down anywhere, I'm just hoping that I can see it, and this time I'm not seeing the main. There's one major thing which lets you like go through here something, or Actually, also, I think here I should be able to develop more, but like I can't see it. Like this is basically both possible here, right? Going like this. Like I'm doing this in my head. That's what you don't see. Because as long as something is possible, I don't do it, right? Like this could be done like this also. There's nothing that doesn't work here in this approach, so it must be somewhere else. It's unfortunately it's a bit boring maybe for you to watch me doing this, just going through these things over and over. But yeah, that's it. Like the problem is also that I don't know where this comes from, because it could be this here, right? Or it could be this here, and that depends on how to connect the remaining tiles, right? This here is something that is quite interesting, I gotta say, yeah. But both options appear possible, and like there's no use in drawing this out, right? Like you can, yeah, there's nothing that speaks against doing either of the two options, so there must be something completely else here, and I just don't see it. I don't think, like, the thing is that this is possible. Then you would need green here. And you could put green all the way around. And blue coming from there, sort of, yeah. That's all possible. So there must be something completely different that I just don't see now. What do we have here with this? Blue like this. With green here. Or green like this, with blue here. Blue here and here. Yeah, but that's exactly like, it's both ways. Like then I need green and green here, right? And green here also. Do I need green there also? If I do green? No. Oh, now I see it, man. That's the thing that you overlook this. Like you look at it for 5 minutes, like this whole thing, this whole section is totally cut off except for this one here. It has to go through this one. This one has to be blue and this one has to be green. Ah man, why didn't I see that earlier? Damn it. Which means here I need green. Yeah, that's so obvious. Like if you look at the whole picture and not just at the little detail you're missing, sort of, right? I'm sorry for this taking you a little bit longer again. Green here, which means this can still be blue or green. Yeah. What's next now? It should be something with this here, actually, right? But it can still be both. Green is totally fine with this being blue. Or this being blue with this being green and this going here. Yeah. I could have green here. Yeah. Yeah, that would totally work. I think, at least. So what is it? We have blue here and blue here. I can't have yellow in here. That doesn't work now. Green. Because then I would have to do this, which doesn't work in this corner here. And that's something... No, I didn't know that there's... No, actually I could have seen that much earlier. Yeah. So this has to be blue, and this has to be green then. And I can't have blue here also now. Which means it has to be green? Oh shit, that doesn't work. I made a mistake somewhere. Damn it. Where did I make the mistake? Was it this here? No, but I had the connection here. No, this was correct. Wait, this border was not necessary here. No, but this one was correct. And this has to be green, and this has to be blue, yeah. So this is correct. I'm gonna check the progress now, yeah. So, this is true. And again, like I can't have blue here. That doesn't work, no. What didn't I see? I need blue here. This has to be green. But that doesn't work. I can't have blue on each side of this and green on both sides. Where is my... Oh, I don't get it. Yeah. What, how? If this is green, this must be blue then. Ah, green is going all the way around. Why did I... Oh, man, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, green has to go all the way around. It has to be like this. It can't be blue going here. Man. Why did I only look at blue and not at green going on? Let me see that, yeah, blue coming here is not possible because of green being here. That is the thing that's not possible. This has to be blue. Okay. My bad. Once more. Yeah, okay. So we have these borders here. And that still doesn't help you. We need green here. And blue needs to go through this here or through this here. This can't be green, and this could be green here. But, no. Wait, we have green here, blue, green. This can be blue. And this would be green. Yes. Can this be green? This would have to be blue. This would all have to be blue. No, that's not possible. Yeah, I can't have this in green because I would need blue here because of the 3 tiles I have already. Like this. And this would also have to be blue, right, in this corner. And this would also have to be blue then. Because I can't have blue, green, green. Right, so this would have to be blue. Come on. And this would also have to be blue, and this would all be one big region. If I make this connection there from green. Oh no, wait, that was one too much. So I have to put blue in here. With this border here, this is green then. And green has to move here. Now, yeah, that's actually, yeah, it's correct. I remember this. And then we need green here also. That's a connection, which means we need blue here. We also need blue here. It needs to connect to the remaining blue. And that could still be here. Blue. Green. If I knew where the green comes from, it would be easier. Yeah, but it can't come from here, the green. That's exactly the point of the green. Then I would have all these here blue and creating this 4 tiles around this one. So let's go back here. Green has to come from here with blue from here. Which means this is green. And this is all blue here. Green comes from here. We need blue connected like this. And like that here. Oh man, that took long. But it's still a fun puzzle. Like every time I solve it, I really like these puzzles. So there's another 7 here. Oh yeah, it's easier. Let's see. Look, all of these, like these squares here, they are filled with 1, 6, and then you have 3 tiles left. Either that's one region of 3, one region of 1 and one of 2, or 3 regions of 1. Those are the 3 options to fill these, right? And now you can look at what you can put where. The most obvious thing is here actually, like you have, this is bigger than this is bigger than this. So this has to be, this cannot be 6, yeah? That's the main thing. This has to be a different color. Let's mark the things that are not 6, 8 in yellow, okay? And then we can also draw a border here, yeah? And the same is true here. If this was a 6 here, then this would be a 4 or an 8, right? And then you would need a 4 or an 8 here. You can't have 4 or 8. You can only have 1, 2, 3, and 6 in here. So this has to be a 6, a non-6 sort of, yeah? And here you also need something else than 6. In fact, this can only be 1, with 1 here, and then this would be 3. You can't have 4 in here, right? So let's write the 3 in. Yeah, we can complete the this one here and this one here as well. Yeah. What else do we have? We have here's something bigger than, this can't be 6, because the biggest number I can have here is a 6 again, right? So this has to be something, let's take this away, something non-6, and let's make the 6s green already, yeah? Here you have 1 or 2 in this field here, right? So here plus 2, that would be 3 or 4, yeah? And you can't add 1. 3 or 4 would be 4 or 5. That doesn't fit into this square here, so you have to subtract 1 again. So this was either 3 or 4, so here you would end up with 2 or 3, okay? But since you already have one other tile, you can only have 2 here. And that must be 2 then also. And the rest is 6 here. So this 2 plus 1 is 3, minus 2 is 1. Yeah? There's no other way to combine these here, these different signs. Which here needs something bigger, and here needs something bigger. This can't be 3, this has to be 6 then. This tile here, okay? Here you have 1 difference, 6. It could be 7 or 5. And then you need 3 difference. From 5 you could only go to 2 in this case. And from 7 you could go to 4 minimum. So that must be 2 here. Yeah? And there is a 5 here. If this was a 7, then you would need 4 here, and you can't have 4 here. 2 is the maximum, okay? Then the same is true here now. You have bigger, bigger. This can't be 6, because again, the biggest number here is 6 already. So this can only be the remaining 1. You already have 2 here, and that is also 6 here. This is a, no, this can be the 6, but now we have a difference here. We have 6, this could be 5 or 7, and then a difference of 2. That is again a 5 here, because that comes to a 5, to a 3 here. If you had a 7, you would need 5 here. That doesn't make sense, and it fits perfectly with this one here, yeah? So you need a 5 here as well. And then difference of 2 is 3, right? And then you have, oh, come on. You can draw, but you, okay. You have a 6 here. Okay, now it's time to look at the remaining tiles. Here we have a 2. Let's write that in. Here we have a 3, right? And here we don't know, and here we also don't know. But we know that this one has to be a part of the 6, right? Because that can't, we have 1 tile left, only 1 can't be bigger than anything else here. So this is also green. Yeah, let's look at the outside now, I would say. So what do we have here? We have something bigger than 6. Interesting. And a difference of 2. This could be 5. Where do we start? Here. We have a difference of 2 to the 6. That's a 4 or an 8. But here we have 3. So the 3 must be completed like this. Okay, it also fits with the 1 here, right? So here we need at least 4. Can we have 8 at all? Let's see, we would need... Oh wait, let's write in these numbers. I totally forgot. Even though we don't know what they should be. No, let's not do that. Could we have 8 here? We can't go there because this has to be smaller than 6. So we would have to go here, that's 5. No, 8 we can't have here. We can't have a difference in 2 and 3 at the same time. So this has to be a 4. That means here we can only have a 2, right? Because that's 5 already. No, it could be 5 also. So no, we don't know that yet. Could be 2 or 5. Here we need a difference of 3. That's at least 3 like this or like that. Right? So we can put these in. Here we need a different difference, however. So that would be, what, 4 or 8. It must be a different region than this one, because here we have a difference of 3. So if this was 4, that wouldn't work, because here we need to be bigger. That has to be 8. And 8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 exactly here. So we know this, and we know this 3 here. That fits. Then we have 5 here. Here we need a difference of 1. That means we need 3 here also, green. And here we need to be bigger than 6. Now we know that this one has to be yellow. This one is a non-6, and here we have 6 also. Here we need something between 6 and 1. That could be 3, that could also be 2. Let's move on here. This, can this be 10? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is a difference of 1 already. So this must be 2 only, right? We need a difference of 4, that's 2. And here we need something bigger, so this is a 2. And here we need something, at least a 7. Let's see. Here we have a 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That fits exactly. Is also here a difference of 1 and bigger again. So the 5 has to go here, 2 and 3 has to move here. And that completes the rest already. 2 and 2 and 3. And there is the final difficulty, 7. Oh yeah, this one. This one will be a quickie. Just basically, the main approach is to look at the grid size, right? You have 90 tiles. You need at least to add 2, right? So the smallest shape you can have is a 3-tile shape. And immediately, I immediately thought about this, and you can fill the whole board, especially here. This fits perfectly with the bricky mechanic also, like here, and then you can do this and all sorts of things. Yeah, it all works very, very naturally, sort of. Here you can do this, yeah. But eventually here in this area, you will become a problem. I don't know why that is. There is something to this shape. Maybe it is this, that these things don't fit in there, but it doesn't work. Mainly because of the bricky. It's not that the shapes don't fit, it's that you can't have bricky situations, yeah? You can't prevent them at a certain point. So you can't have the 3. I'm not going to draw this now because it just takes time for nothing, and you did this yourself if you're watching this to find the solution, I guess. So with a grid of 90, you can't have a tile size of 4, but you could have a tile not a tile size, a region size of 5. That would be possible potentially, yeah. But you can easily show here in this area that it doesn't work. Yeah, you would have to include something like this, but then like you can't recreate this, and like if you add this here, it doesn't work, yeah. You just can't do it. Like it doesn't. You can't cross this corridor here with a 5-tile shape, sort of. So the next thing is a 6 that you can have, and to find this, you actually only have to look at this corridor. There is a 1 here and 1 here. It's a cross plus 1. Yeah? That's a very good fit for the corridor because, and it's easy to find once you did the 3 tile shapes, because the 3 tile shapes were exactly the same, just like that, right? So you would need another square here extending there, and then you see you have these pluses with an extra thing, right? Here you have a plus, here you have a plus, and it starts to all fit very well, sort of, right? Here you have a plus, here you have a plus, and here we have a plus. So now you can see where to add things now. Here, oops, you can, no, wait, you can see you need this here, like that then, which means you need to extend here and here. Here we have another plus, but you don't know where to extend yet. Oh, this one that was missing. Oh, this one has to be here, right? What else? That's actually difficult to see now. Ah, here you need this here, right? But that can extend there or there. Ah, here you need a plus. Yeah, you can't extend into that area, which means here you're here and here. You have a square here with this and this and that, and this and that. Yeah. So once you found this shape, it's actually rather simple to fill the board, I would say. If you work with this plus mechanic, then it's really easy to see where you need to fill stuff. But finding the shape is not so easy, totally. That's why I don't like the match puzzles. And like the match puzzles, once you know the solution, it's also you can't repuzzle them. It's so easy then, because the main difficulty with these is only to find this one shape, and I'm not so happy about this. But anyway, I did it. I'm through with this video, and the only thing remaining is the secluded garden. Let's check. Yes, everything is done. Not a single of the 34 puzzles in the secluded garden it's all red plinths. And it's going to be the next video, which is probably not going to be longer than 3 or 4 hours. How long am I recording now? Yeah, almost 4 hours. That's what I expected. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope there was something in there for you. Hope you will check out the next video. Until then, as always, I say bye.